Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Terrence Howard, just what a guy.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
What a
like,
guy.
I know. I was gonna skip it because I don't listen to every single Joe Rogan episode.
Yeah.
Like, but if I skip them, it takes a really long time. So the other day, I listened to the lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Anthony Kiedis.
Anthony Kiedis, was on Joe Rogan back in September of 2022.
Okay.
So that's how far
a
back
while.
I have episodes archived of just like skipping around.
That is a while. Hey, Frets.
So, he is another interesting person. He believes in gravity, I promise.
Well, that's good.
But like, is how his philosophy on art and his creative vision and his drug abuse. Like, I really, really enjoyed how he described how he views life.
Artists are very unique creatures when you get them talking.
Yeah. He's a very unique creature. It was a very, very excellent interview.
Reminds me of what was it? Flea was in like the first episode of Obi-Wan.
He was.
Yeah, he was chasing around little Leia.
Yeah. Oh my God. He was. I forgot about that. He's also the voice of Donnie from Wild Thornberrys.
Wow, crap. I feel like I knew that.
Yeah, I might have told you that. Just imagine Flea in a recording studio.
They're like, Flea's like, what do I do? Just act like you're performing and no one can hear you. All right, perfect.
Like, I can't imagine like being in that edit bay and just looking at that audio like an audition. This how much green is on Donnie's like feed.
Just like, God fucking damn it.
What do I do with this? Put a reverb on it. It'll sound better.
Oh my God. You
gotta edit Flea and who's Nigel Thornberry? Tim Curry. Tim Curry
was, yo. I don't think Tim Curry has that much time left on Earth, to be honest with you.
I think he's dead.
No, he's alive still.
Didn't he die? No, it was Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Not Tim Allen. That was
Allen.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman died years ago.
Tim Curry is alive.
Yes, he is.
He is 78.
Yeah, no, he was at Comic-Con this past year, and he did not look great at all.
He looked like Scott Norton, just always sad.
I think he was wheelchair bound too.
Oh, was he? Okay, so he's that old.
Yeah, he did photos. I was like, people paid for it. But speaking of which, Comic-Con tickets are going on sale next month.
When is it's in the summer, right?
No, summer's when tickets go on sale. But no, it's in October. It's mid-October.
October
17th to the 20th.
17th to the 20th, dude.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I would definitely go if I know for a fact I'm gonna be here.
Oh, where are you going? Are you going like to a wedding or something?
No. But our travel schedule for work in September, October, and like November goes
all over the place.
Pretty much every other week. So I know end of October I'm gone. That's when I'm in Hong Kong. That's actually public knowledge now, so I can say that.
Yeah.
And end of September or early October, we're probably going to be somewhere.
One day's only like 75, which isn't the worst in the world.
No, it's not bad at all. That's just Gen Ed? Gen Ed.
General admission, yes.
General admission.
Yeah. If you just go for a day. And like, honestly, if you're not like a, super nerd like me, one day is really all you need. If you're there the whole day, you just go freaking nuts.
Yeah, because the other tickets like access, just way bigger and way more longer lines and more people.
Well, yeah, I go all 4 days because they have the panels and like different panels on different days. I'm like, okay, I'll sit, and listen.
Cool stuff. Yeah, like that to me sitting in that kind of a panel is way cooler than waiting 2.5 hours to get a picture with the guy who got released a week later.
Yeah.
Like if the up up down down stage wasn't actually like next to those lines, I
Yeah.
probably would not have waited all that time in that
I
line.
totally understand. I mean, because WWE World did a horrible job with that. Like in
Yeah.
like Comic-Con is much more organized. Like WWE World wants to be New York Comic-Con, and they just haven't figured out how to do it yet.
Yeah.
Like, because in Javits Center, different sections, like there's a whole section in the Javits dedicated just meet and greets and like, and autographs and whatnot. Which, like in the Philadelphia Convention Center, since we were right there, they could have used that entire place and no one would have cared.
That would have been so expensive though.
I guess room rental is probably like a bitch and a half for them, but like,
dude, they probably like that Philadelphia Convention Center probably charges per square foot. Like, we're being honest, like the main section and everything. That's what I would do. I would charge like $1 per square foot.
Per hour. Yeah, per hour.
Yeah, right. Like or per day. Definitely per day.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. But yeah, WWE World was just there was too much in one place, and like you couldn't hear because like Pat McAfee's going on, and then you have up down down going on, and like it was a lot.
Yeah, the entrance themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great revamped concept, but you just got gotta work around it. But listen to
New York did it really well. They had the Brooklyn warehouse. It was all
that was out of necessity because they couldn't get Javits.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bitch to get to, but they had the shuttle.
Horrible to get to. Yeah, the shuttle was fine.
Yeah, the shuttle was nice, but it was a bitch to get to. But once you were there and you're in, like it was very spread out. They had that outdoor section with all the food trucks, which was dope because New York has the best food trucks.
Yeah, they had because it was right on the pier and whatnot. So
yeah, it is kind of funny that New York food trucks is better than like some states' food.
Yeah, there's a Philly. I knew this for a while. I just never win until the other week. There's a Philly cheesesteak food shop like 5 minutes from. I mean, food truck like 5 minutes from my apartment.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, they have.
It's called. You ever hear of Chitty's?
I've not heard of Chitty's.
It's Chitty's cheesesteaks. I had it the other day for lunch. Really good, actually.
It does sound pretty dope.
Yeah,
it sounds like it'd be a good spot.
Yeah, their fries tasted like Boardwalk fries. Remember Boardwalk fries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Boardwalk fries. They hit different. They just hit different.
Well, listen to this guest list so far for New York Comic Con. So they usually do 2 guest of honors, one for Thursday, Friday, one for Saturday, Sunday.
Word.
So the first guest of honor they revealed. The other one will be revealed probably later. Josh Brolin.
That's good. Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos.
Goonies never die,
baby. He was also Cable. He was also in No Country for Old Men.
That's where that was like one of his breakout roles. No Country for Old Men.
Who else do we have? I'm going through a list right now. Denise Richards.
Who's that?
You don't know?
Name sounds familiar.
She did Starship Troopers, Love Actually. She was very popular.
That's where it is.
She did Wild Things in the 90s. She was a 90s heartthrob.
Nice.
Fretz knows who Denise Richards is. I'm guarantee that.
Yeah, Fretz?
I can tell you Fretz knows who Denise Richards is. Fretz is going to Niagara Comic Con. They said they got Dustin Rhodes, Peter Weller, Chevy Chase. Jesus Christ, Chevy Chase. Freddie Prinze Jr. is going to be there.
I can fuck with that.
Yeah, I mean he's a former WWE writer, and he was the lead in one of the leads in Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah, and he's Fred.
He's also Fred. Yes. He also kind of has a beef with John Cena.
Yeah, they do. That's a weird one.
You never heard the story?
I have like a little bit.
So like Freddie Prinze Jr. Oh, Fretz, we were talking about Denise Richards, by the way. Freddie Prinze Jr. tells a story that he was one of the people that was really trying to start promo class because it never had really like a formal promo class, and him being like an actor. Jodie Whittaker's also going to be there too. It's pretty crazy. Was talking about like, hey, he was trying to really do a formal promo class and like teach people the art of cutting a promo in front of a live audience and whatnot. And
I think it's very smart. Promo class is a great thing to have.
Yeah. Like,
duh.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So apparently, according to Freddie, John Cena like busted into the room or whatever, and he was like calling people out, like, cut a promo on me right now, cut a promo on me right now. And Freddie Prinze is like, hey, John, can I talk to you on the side? And John's like, what? If they can't cut a promo in front of me, they can't cut a promo in front of anybody. He's like, that's not how you teach a class.
What year was this?
Oh, it was a while ago. I don't remember when.
Like 06?
I don't remember.
05?
If you type in like Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah,
promo
let me look it
class,
up.
yeah.
Because that sounds like I can't see John Cena of like, Fruity Pebbles John Cena doing that. Like 2009 John Cena.
So we also have Katie Seagal is going to be there. She was in Futurama.
Nice.
Nice. Probably the ultimate nerd, fucking Kevin Smith, has been announced.
Yeah, dude, he's always there.
Kevin,
Like he's anywhere nerds are. He's like the nerd.
Let me see who else we got. Did I miss her? Did I totally miss her? Freaking, because I know this for a fact that she's going to be here unless they pull her out. No, not yet. I know my ABC.
Demon Diva.
What, Issa? No, Issa's not No, let me see. Olivia Blake. Phil Lamar is going to be there, who's pretty awesome. Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That. You probably don't know She's All. You're probably too young for that.
Yeah, I know all that. I couldn't tell you any of like the All That kids.
Not All That, no, but there was a movie called She's All That.
Oh, She's All That?
It was Freddie Prinze's first breakout role with Rachel Lee Cook. Pretty much.
I know of it.
The premise was like Freddie Prinze was the hot jock. And he was like, I can turn this nerdy chick into the hot chick, and that's pretty much what it was.
I can make the guy say She's All That. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very 90s. Very 90s.
Very 90s. Rachel Lee Cook was a badass. So the craziest part about one of the guest list is that, hey, Dory, she was Peggy Bundy. That's true. That's true. Sorry about Katie Seagal. Katie Seagal was Peggy Bundy. You are absolutely correct, Dory. Now, the funny thing about this guest list, I think Marissa Tomei is also showing up, which is like, goodness gracious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. So there's a comic book artist that is going to be at New York Comic Con, and his name, I shit you not, is Ralph Macchio.
No relation.
No relation whatsoever.
That's funny.
His daughter went to Hofstra with me.
Ralph Macchio's daughter?
Yeah, Julia.
Or the writer's daughter?
No, Julia Macchio. Ralph Macchio's daughter. Yeah. Long Island Ralph Macchio's daughter. Samoa Joe.
Went to high school with a lot of famous people's kids.
No, this wasn't high school. This is Hofstra.
Oh, Hofstra.
Yeah, this was Hofstra.
You went to school with a lot of famous people's kids.
At Hofstra. right before you. Samoa Joe's gonna be there.
Interesting.
Let me see. Scott's.
Yeah, wrestling mixes with Comic-Con. I don't think it's a
MJF was there last year.
weird mix. Yeah. I think the fandom is very similar.
Oh yeah. MJF was there last year. I mean, that's where I met Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be But the celebrity list right now, outside of all these other artists, are actually pretty good so far. I don't know who else is going to show up at Comic Con.
Bill Shatner's performing live. his new album.
Yeah, no.
He's gonna sing Rocket Man 4 times. I'm a Rocket Man.
You would have liked the panel I went to last year. There was you remember Funny or Die?
Yes.
Yeah, I went to a Funny or Die panel.
I would do that. Yeah, I would do that, of course. Dude, I'd just be singing panels all day. That sounds awesome. That's where the fun is.
Yeah, and they showed us like how much it takes them to make like a 30-second cartoon clip.
Yeah, probably a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't do animations. It's hard and expensive.
Yeah, no, it was good. I went to an Archer panel. The Archer panel was really funny. Like they showed us like the first half hour of the last episode of Archer. Which is pretty cool. And then in true Archer fashion, they gave us all like a t-shirt that said, it's like, I went to the Archer panel New York Comic Con and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Oh, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, no, panels where it's at. I learned a lot about panel. I mean, panels are also good because when you're walking around all day and you just want to sit but still like be stimulated, you go into a panel.
Yeah, you go into a panel.
That's where the Kid Cudi panel was wild. They had Cudi do a panel. And it was free, and I don't think they understood how popular Kid Cudi is with people in our age range.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People in their 30s love Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
He was like their favorite rapper when they were in middle school.
Yeah, Kid Cudi broke out when I was in college, and I that first album was like, this is amazing. And the Kid Cudi
It was.
yeah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I was like, this is wild stuff.
And then he just dropped off the face of the earth.
No, he has like 7 albums.
He was never like as mainstream or popular though.
I don't ever think that was like his thing now. Like he's ultra nerdy. He also has a running deal with Star Trek. Like he's a Trekkie.
That's nice. I bet that pays well.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. So I went to the Kid Cudi panel and I sat next to a Trekkie and I go, "What are you doing here?" It's like this older Trekkie guy, like really nice guy. He's like, I know Kid Cudi works with the Star Trek franchise, but I know nothing about him. So I came to the panel. And I was like, "Sit next to me. I will teach you everything you need to know about Kid Cudi."
Sit down.
Sit on, yeah. Sit next to the learning tree right here, and I will.
Don't touch my hair.
I'll tell you everything. He was a cool guy, though. He was really nice. I had a fun time teaching him about Kid Cudi and what he was all about.
Hey man, respect to that guy. He's like, this guy I know nothing about is involved with something I love. I need to scout him out.
Yeah, it was flipping awesome. I can go on about Comic-Con all day. We are going to do 2 back-to-back previews today. So
great.
We don't have to start with BBL Drizzy this time, although I would enjoy it, but we're not going to.
That's fine. The guy got shot and the beef was dropped really quickly.
What's up?
The guy got that beef dropped really quickly.
It did not. It didn't drop really quick. It's only irrelevant because Drake is totally getting annihilated, and it's been going on like 3 weeks now, and it's great.
I thought it stopped after his like.
There's no more diss tracks coming out so far, but
okay. So it's just back. It's back to Twitter now.
No, it's still a running gag. It's right now. It's still the song of the summer, which is wild to think about.
That was pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I will defend Drake a little bit if I had to.
You would? I
would defend Drake a little bit if I absolutely had to.
There's no way you can. There's too much evidence out right now.
Well, not like defending him. I guess I should be. I'm not agreeing with a lot of things. People are saying about him. They're like the "you're not black enough" comments. It's like, what does that mean?
Okay, that one's
like Suge Knight said. Like Suge Knight said, Drake isn't black. I'm like, what do you mean?
That's a nuanced comment because it's more on a country standpoint because you have the whole it's about like African American culture versus like it's a culture thing.
It's a weird thing is it's like you're not black enough. I'm like, that just doesn't make sense to me. But I know that is a thing. That is a thing in black culture. It's like, I'm blacker than you.
Yeah, but it's for Drake. It's more so him biting off of a culture that made him. That's a lot of the issue.
So saying that he's appropriating his own culture.
Well, no, he's not African American. That's why.
Oh,
that's why I said it's more of an international thing. I did listen to Merengue BBL Drake song on TikTok. It's really funny. It is really funny. So before we get to the show, I know you're almost ready. So the producer Metro Boomin, who made the BBL Drizzy like song that we started on our last show with.
Yeah.
He was doing he was at the Cardinals game like 2 days or a day or so ago. And he was doing, I guess, their little, pre-show fan thing outside of the arena. He ended their pregame with BBL Drizzy. And it's like the whole crowd is singing the song. And the St. Louis Cardinals fan base doesn't get any more mid-American white than them.
Yeah. They're from Missouri. Yeah. People forget St. Louis is in Missouri.
Yeah, dead in the middle. I have to send you the video. I showed Kay. I was like, this is the funniest thing in the world. It was so he started cracking up behind DJ Booth.
That's pretty funny.
I was like, wow, that's real hate. That's real hate. I love it. All
right. I am rolling. Let me start the back.
Let's get the show on the road.
And starting in
Send stories here.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, ladies and gentlemen, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines, and it is also Memorial Day weekend, which means apparently these days, two major events going on at the same time. WWE is going to do their Saudi show, now called King and Queen of the Ring. And AEW is going all in, or double or nothing, out in Vegas, aka the new home of WrestleMania, coming up next year. So it is a double preview show today. King Ricky and Willie T, sit back, relax, grab your T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. It is Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 376, exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
It's no other grape than Welch's.
It's very true. You know, I'm going to see how many Biggie lyrics I can just, slip into today.
Yeah, I caught the Biggie reference, but I don't know what it was in reference to.
Because today's his birthday, that's why.
Oh.
That's why. Happy
birthday, Biggie. Today's my brother's birthday, too.
Wow, your brother and Biggie have something in common. They have the same birthday.
Yeah.
There you go. There's that.
Yeah,
Ladies,
that's about it, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. We can't rap word for damn. Welcome to the Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 376. Willie T and King Ricky Rose here. Thank you guys for joining us. If you guys like what you are listening to or what you are watching right now, if you're watching us live on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. The links to all of that are in the description below. We would have our third person, Kayfabe, but Kayfabe is literally out there searching for their youth, so it is a two-man show today because Kayfabe was too busy twerking to BBL Jersey for the last couple of weeks and threw out their back. Sorry to say, get well soon, Kay, on the Eddie Kingston diet these days. But with me, as always, the infamous ghostwriter to Harrison Butker's speech, Will Tarashak. How are you?
You know, are we going to talk about this now,
No,
Harrison Butker?
No, we're not. I was just using you as a joke.
Okay, I didn't think half of what he said was that bad. The other half is just like, you were so close. You were so close. And then it's just like, oh, yeah, dude, you're a kicker. Okay, pat on the head. Good job. Go blow it back to kicking balls. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Willie T. I don't know if you know this, Ricky, but I'm cooler than Dave Bautista's belly button tattoo. So yeah, I'm excited to talk about. What are we talking about? Double or nothing? All out? All in?
It is King and Queen of the Ring and Double or Nothing this week.
King and Queen go all out in the ring.
Oh, I might have to change it for that. I like that. That's a long title, but
that's pretty good though,
yeah,
right?
King and Queen go all out in the ring or nothing.
Or nothing.
Or nothing. No, the crazy thing about Harrison Butker, real quick, before we actually get into the scraps, all of the stuff, when you realize that his mom is like an award-winning physicist,
so is Terrence Howard. Come on.
No, that is it just makes it all the more weird. I'm just like, okay, interesting. Be that as it may, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to talk about the scraps and the world of wrestling, and it is going to be up on a 3-day weekend here in the States. I know they just had a 3-day weekend up in Canada. Happy belated Victoria Day, everybody. But we are doing a 3-day weekend, Memorial Day weekend, and it is a big week for wrestling. This has been going on for the last couple of weeks, where WWE and AEW somehow at the beginning of summer do this massive blowout of the weekend and try to compete against each other, but kind of not really, because there are two different leagues and there are two different levels that they're competing on in and of itself. So WWE's King and Queen of the Ring officially is going to be on Saturday in Saudi Arabia starting at 1 p.m. And then we have AEW Double or Nothing, traditional pay-per-view on Sunday around 8 p.m. Will Tarashak, I know you are probably not even going to take your day off on Monday and watch AEW Double or Nothing, are you?
No. Actually, I have a wedding this weekend, so I'm not going to be able to watch.
Ouch.
Yeah, we're wedding on Friday.
Oh.
So I'm not going to be able to watch the Saudi show until Sunday. And then I fly out to Austin first thing Monday morning.
What are you doing, South by Southwest or something?
No. Different conference for work.
Jesus.
So that's gonna be fun.
You and Charles are gonna miss each other.
I'm not watching Double or Nothing. Huh?
You and Charles are gonna miss each other.
Where's Charles? Oh, Charles is flying up here.
Charles has a wedding to go to up here. I'm picking him up from the airport on Thursday.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I got my wedding's in New Haven.
Connecticut?
Yeah,
Oof.
on Friday.
Have fun with that drive.
It's not bad. It's like 3 hours.
Oh.
2.5.
Thought it was a
Yeah.
lot worse than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's about like the halfway point up to Boston.
Yeah.
It's like 2.5.
Oh, Fred, you're moving up to high-speed internet now? I'm so happy for you.
My internet's been trash lately. Fretz, you got fiber optics up there? Do you even know what that is?
I don't think where Fretz is at, so I'm not exactly
I was gonna say probably not.
I'm not exactly
Did you
sure.
guys just get light bulbs for your electricity?
He's on the beach. He's not in a cave. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into our first of the shows. It is the King and Queen of the Ring. There's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of emphasis lately in the on commentary in particular. I do want to start out with this. There's been a lot of talk on commentary in particular about how prestigious the King and Queen, Fiber is just starting up there, how prestigious the King and Queen of the Ring tournament has been historically. And I am one to say, no, that has almost never been the case. There's never been really any great stakes for King and Queen of the Ring. The people who have succeeded as King of the Ring, because I mean, you had Queen Zelina, that's all we got. The people who succeeded at King of the Ring got lucky, okay? Stone Cold Steve Austin won because Triple H had to take the fall for the curtain call.
Yeah, and Stone Cold didn't get, honestly, you know why they hype up the Austin 316 moment as the one that made Austin take off?
Because it's King of the Ring.
Well, no, because the actual one that made him take off was the Pillman's got a gun angle. Like that angle. Trust me, I watched it recently. Like it's been the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Austin, after winning King of the Ring in '96, there weren't T-shirts or chants in the crowd until months later.
Yeah.
So that was June '96. Fast forward to September '96, you got the Pillman's got a gun angle, and that is when Austin really started taking shape and getting into that I don't give a fuck attitude, started being more brash and attacking people backstage, flipping the bird McMahon, flipping the bird in general.
Yeah.
So it didn't really happen until a little bit later. King of the Ring, like we look back as like, yeah, okay, that's the start of it, cool. But it didn't really, in the immediate impact, really do anything for him.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really do much for anybody at all. It's just kind of a gimmick. Like King Corbin went
Except King Booker.
King Booker's the most successful king of all of them. King,
Yeah.
King Corbin went nowhere. King Mabel was kind of a thing. That's right to saying Mabel getting a title shot in '95 was a coincidence.
Triple H did nothing. Edge did nothing.
I think Edge got an IC title shot at some point while King.
Yeah, but no, you're completely right though. There's never been a listed thing that this is what it's for, because you're not fighting for it. Otherwise, it'd just be a tournament for a title shot.
Yeah.
Right. Or it would be like an IC title tournament. This is the winning prize is King of the Ring. It's just that's it.
Yeah. I mean, Xavier won it and got nothing done with it, and then Roman killed it. Roman literally took his crown and smashed it.
Smash it. And I think Xavier got hurt shortly after.
I think that's probably why they kind of
that's what happens. Yeah. So it wasn't not his fault. Because he wanted to win King of the Ring and actually make something of it. And I think he would have. Right? It would have been a chance for Wood to shine on his own.
Absolutely.
Like Kofi and Big E both did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he got hurt.
Yeah, that's a shame. What up, Jello G Pastel? I have no idea who you are, unless if it is who I think it is, which I don't think. No.
I like Jello. Jello's pretty dope.
Jello is pretty dope. I don't think it's the guys who I think it is. Real quick.
What kind of Jello? What flavor of Jello?
Ooh, that is a good question. We do need to know the flavor of Jello to pass this test. But there were. I'll talk about a little bit more when we get to that match. But in regards to King and now Queen of the Ring, what do you think should be the stakes of winning this tournament to make it more valuable? Because I think this is a tournament for the sake of having a tournament, and there's no real stakes, and wrestling is better when you have gimmicky stuff, when there are things on the line. So what stake would you do for this? I have a couple of ideas. My initial idea is you are deemed King and or Queen of the Ring. You are guaranteed, you are an automatic qualifier for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
That's not a bad
That's
idea.
my big idea.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the problem with that. how do you pick the rest of the combatants? Because that doesn't give you it doesn't give you an advantage in that match.
No, it
right?
doesn't.
That's kind of having it there for the sake of having it there, because you got to fill 6 spots for Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
How those other 5 can get filled? They either get picked or they win one-on-one matches.
Yeah.
Why is it easier for them to get the same match with no advantage compared to the King of the Ring?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get it.
If it's not a bad idea, but I think the best thing to do is you keep the king and the crown, the king and queen stuff, right? You get the title.
Yeah.
But it's more of a backstage thing. It's the beginning of your push, right?
Okay.
To make king and queen mean something, you got to do something afterwards, as in get more TV time, getting bigger feuds. You're elevated up the card, right? It's not like more of a physical thing where it's like Royal Rumble gets a main event spot.
Yeah.
It's more of like a symbolic thing behind the scenes. Where it's like, okay, we're now getting faith into you and giving you more of a push. Or you can do the main event of SummerSlam.
I thought main event of SummerSlam would be kind of cool, or like a call your shot, but going with the backstage politic thing, which I think I kind of enjoy. What if they actually, because remember when we did like King of a Night and Queen of a Night and whatnot, and we used to do that stick thing? What if they kind of put that into a real thing where they kind of like, it's kind of like our mythical Charlotte Flair rule, where they like get to like override something as king or as queen. I'm going to do this for myself.
That would be a good idea as like a one-off storyline, like a one-year storyline.
Yeah.
If they could act as a foil to the general manager.
Yeah. Like
they would need to be a good, like if Chelsea Green won Queen of the Ring and she had that gimmick and she could be a foil to Adam Pearce's decisions, that is a great idea.
Chelsea Green as Queen of the Ring, which obviously didn't happen. She did not make it. Would be phenomenal. She would be stellar in that role.
Yeah, or like if the gimmick is that she thinks she has power, but Adam Pearce is like, Chelsea, for the 45th time, get the fuck out of my office, you bimbo butch moron. Like either way, it's good TV and it's gonna work.
It's gonna be Frets in our chat actually put up a good thing here. He said, "What about if the winner gets guaranteed number 30 in the Rumble?"
It's too far out, though, right?
It is.
You would need to do that.
You need more recency.
Yeah, like it's too close to Survivor Series. You got Survivor Series pay-per-view Rumble.
Yeah.
And does it make sense to do it in that December pay-per-view? I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Not a terrible idea.
We're not really doing December pay-per-views anymore. Survivor Series is kind of a year-ender.
Yeah, and I think that makes sense because now it's like, all right, let's reset, have a few good TV matches, and then
prepare for the Rumble.
For Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Oh, Frets is full of ideas right now. He said, "But immunity from being traded in the draft," which I mean, it's win a title. Yeah,
like an adult. Like I do like the guaranteed 30 in the Rumble. Main event of SummerSlam, I think, is also a good one.
Yeah,
because it kind of elevates it as like, you have your big 4. Money in the Bank is 5, and you can make
yeah, because there's nothing that really like
King and Queen of the Ring as like a B tier.
Yeah, it does. There's nothing that really leads. They're like when you look at SummerSlam, between them and Rumble is like the second biggest show of the year. SummerSlam is marketed as the biggest party of a summer. WrestleMania summer for the most part. But there is nothing unique that kind of leads into SummerSlam. Like, they're like SummerSlam is literally just, it's a really big summer pay-per-view. When you have the Rumble, you have the gimmick Rumble. Rumble kind of leads to the Mania. Mania obviously speaks in of itself. Survivor Series essentially is pretty much war games, on and off depending on the year. Or it has been turned into war games. SummerSlam's kind of just there. So
I always viewed it as it's the last thing you spend money on in the summer. Like it's the last big thing you do in the summer before school starts or fall starts or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Or class starts, right?
Yeah. Jello G Pastel said override a title match if you win King or Queen of the Ring. That would be a wild amount of power to wield. But I like
Cody didn't finish the story. I'm just kidding. I'm the king. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I'm rewriting history. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. The victor goes to spoils, and this guy won. Yeah. King of the Ring.
So let's go into this King and Queen of the Ring right now. Speaking of Cody, with what has been told now, because there has been some confusion on my end, this is only for the WWE Championship. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship is the complete name. There was some kind of back and forth whether Logan was going to put his U.S. title on the line, but that does not appear to be the case. So we are getting champion versus champion, and only the WWE titles on the line. We're recording this on Tuesday before King and Queen of the Ring. A lot can change by Friday. Okay, which is also going to be in Jeddah as well, so it's probably going to be pre-recorded, and the news is going to leak anyways.
Yeah.
So as of right now, as it's recording, Cody, Logan Paul, the master of Saudi Arabia main events, by the way, going for the title. This is the second one because he went up against Roman for the title, I think last year or something like that. So
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, he went up against Roman. So he is going to be the Mansoor of Saudi Arabia. He's always going for a title and just always losing. That's going to be the flip of it. Because Cody is only a month and some change into this title reign, and Triple H named Cody on the Raw After Mania the new face of the company, the person leading them into the new era or whatever it's going to be called. Cody's winning this title fight. Point blank, period. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Triple H is in a position where there is nobody, and I mean nobody even close to remotely believable that's going to beat Cody outside of The Rock. And The Rock isn't here. So why would you waste time building up someone just to tear them down?
The Rock's getting jacked for an MMA movie. Have you seen him?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's disgusting.
Right? So if you're going to throw Cody in a match you know he's going to win, you might as well make it, okay, that's actually interesting. I want to see that. Like, you know Logan's going to lose. You knew AJ was going to lose, but you still want to see the match because you want to see what happens.
Yeah, no.
And I don't think it hurts Logan Paul to eat this L and keep his title.
No, not at all.
Like, it does look just like Black Panther 2, which is really funny. There's no reason, because, like, you know, who would you rather put in there? Because they're gonna lose.
No, Logan Paul. Here's the thing. Logan Paul put a good story together. Whoever wrote for Logan's promo a couple of weeks ago put a good story together. He was like, "Hey, you came back at 38. I came back on 38. Me and you have had equal amounts of success. You know, I have an equal share to this new era as you do." Like, that was the promo. And I was like, hey, he's got a little bit of a point. Like, they did kind of rock.
Yeah, that Prime sponsorship.
Yeah,
sure.
it works. So it's a good story to tell. But in the end all be all, Logan Paul is not a full-timer per se. He's been doing a lot of full-time stuff, which I commend him for, you know, being a champion. But Cody's going to be there 24/7, day in and day out. Logan Paul's always going to leave for some reason. Like when he sees his brother get knocked out, when Jake Paul gets knocked out by Mike Tyson.
I don't know, man.
Nah,
I have
that's
no idea
happening.
what's gonna happen there.
Listen, I've seen Mike Tyson bite a guy's ear off.
I mean, fair, but
Yeah.
he's also like 65.
That strength doesn't go away, and that Psycho doesn't age.
Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his body does.
Doesn't matter. You can get that. Listen, all he needs is a good 30 seconds.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Like, Mike Tyson would knock both of us out without thinking twice about it.
Absolutely.
But we'd be on the floor, no question about it.
Even if he hit me bad, I'd sell and go to the floor.
Yeah, but Jake Paul is legit. He's a legit boxer.
Yeah.
So
Iron Mike's
I'm not writing out Jake Paul in any way, shape, or form. I would not be surprised if Jake Paul put him on his ass.
I don't think he knocks Tyson out, but we'll see.
I don't think he's gonna knock him down and say knock him out. I mean, listen, I don't do these kind of fights. It's a lot of I just want to see what happens, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like Mayweather and McGregor, like that. Yeah, they were actually trying to hurt each other, but it was a stunt for money. Like this is a stunt for money. So I don't. It's almost this is as close as you're gonna get to a fixed fight.
We'll see. I don't know because I've seen
meaning like we agree not to actually hurt each other, kind of fixed.
I don't.
Not like
yeah,
we decide a winner.
Yeah, and I bet you Mike Tyson agreed not to bite Evander Holyfield, and that still happened.
Yeah, but that was in his prime in a heated title fight. Like that was not winning for the money. That was I'm going to eat your children.
No, that wasn't Holyfield. That was he said it to Lennox Lewis.
That's even better.
I'm gonna eat your children. Oh God.
I'm gonna eat the testicles.
I miss Tyson in his prime. I always want to go to his one man show. But be that as it may, Cody's beating Logan Paul. Big question here is our first bonus question of this is only a 5-match card so far, as per WWE. New formula of doing things. AEW is about double that, by the way.
Fuck me.
Does Logan Paul pull out the brass knucks? As he is famous for.
So pulling them out mean using them, or we see them?
I have here use them.
Here's the thing: he's going to use them, but he's not going to connect.
All I need is a use.
So a swing,
like a swing, yeah.
Yes, he swings.
Yeah, we got to get a fair effort. So he uses them. Okay, I'm gonna agree with that as well. We got to get.
But I don't think he's going to hit Cody with the brass knuckles. Yeah,
I get that.
Unless they DQ.
I thought it was going to go to DQ when they were pitching title for title. I was like, oh, this is going to a DQ finish. It's like Cody's not holding two belts. I think
it's problem with DQ. Yeah, one, Cody's not holding 2 belts, and 2, problem with DQ is you need a rematch. So it just delays your bad booking decision.
Yeah, no, and we're not doing Cody and Logan Paul.
There's no dusty finish. It's a main event. It's a new era. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
but the brass knuckles come into play. Yes,
we'll put it that way. Moving on to the Women's World Championship, Becky Lynch versus the woman on a hell of a revenge tour. If you've seen all the clues she's been dropping, Liv Morgan. And by the way, all of you thirsty men out there, Liv Morgan apparently is officially a real life single again. Her and Uncle Howdy, for who's going to be Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas, apparently have broken up. So there's that thing. So she is.
How do you know they were dating?
It was known, but it wasn't really publicized. But yeah, that's apparently no more. So Liv Morgan might be truly on a revenge tour right now, going up against Becky Lynch, who was only the champion because Liv broke Rhea's collarbone, I believe, and Rhea's out for a while because the true story was Becky was going to go on vacation with Seth from the industry for a considerable amount of time, as she has probably rightfully deserved, her and Seth, and she came back on a request to pretty much hold the division down since Rhea is injured. So the big question is, and I don't have an answer to this myself for my own predictions, as I tried to do this beforehand. Do you make Becky transitional, and put this title on Liv and have Liv run roughshod on us with this revenge tour, or does Becky stay around for a little bit longer till Liv gets a little bit more more momentum under her feet?
Yeah, the answer is yes, but not now. Liv wins Money in the Bank again.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because because that's the best out for Becky, right? She could win and cash in on the same night again.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, she could win and because WWE typically just writes off the women's Money in the Bank pretty quickly. They always cash women's in first, and it's been done the first night multiple times.
And they're undefeated. It's 100% success.
And it's 100% successful.
Yeah.
Including Liv Morgan. She cashed in on Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm. Which is a huge shock. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing to do with Becky, because otherwise you're gonna have a Money in the Bank briefcase with Becky as champion, Liv chasing, and who's the SmackDown's champion? Bayley.
Yeah.
Right, and you're not gonna cash in on Bayley for a while, and so yeah, that's what I would do. Delay, and have Liv cash in after Becky loses to who's on Raw? I'm trying to think of is on SmackDown.
Io Sky, Lyra Valkyria.
That's another thing. You can't. Becky needs to hold this division down because there's no one built up yet other than Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
So you got to give her time to stall with the championship while Triple H comes up with some contenders.
Yeah.
That Liv can then work with.
Mm-hmm. Liv hasn't done. I said this a couple weeks ago, I think. Liv is best when she's psychotic and crazy, and she's very comfortable right now. She's doing better.
Yeah, she does look comfortable.
Yeah,
she does look very comfortable.
Yeah, she's comfortable right now. But Do you remember when like Liv had an Extreme Rules match and she was like psychotic?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, she did like this is her jam. We need her to be more psychotic. Like the crazy hasn't come out yet. It's getting there. All of her hints with Judgment Day, all of her messing around with Dom. Like she had Dom's bandana.
I love the hints that she's fucking Dom.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Like she took a picture and she had Dom's bandana in her pocket.
Yeah.
Dom did like the googly eyes on a Twitter account that said Liv Morgan's single now.
And someone screenshotted like Liv Morgan's Instagram post said liked by Dominic Mysterio or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Yeah, and so that's the long story here. And so I think I might have said it on Ringside Club when I was on their podcast. Shout out to them, they're great guys. I need to get them on. Liv winning the title is not the end goal of the revenge tour. Liv needs to systemically take everything that Rhea took from her. Dom is the golden goose in this whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you can slow burn that all summer. And I think that's what you have to do. You can't do like Summer of Punk, which is like 2 weeks. If we're going to do like a whole revenge, this has got to be a summer thing where Liv gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And I think the thing that's going to take her over the edge in being crazy is her losing to Becky. Like she has to keep cracking and cracking and cracking.
Yeah.
And I think you swayed me on that because I was like, they could give it to Liv, but then I was like, that's kind of like you kill the story.
Yeah. At that point, you should have given it to her in the first place.
Yeah.
Like Becky is a transitional champion. It's just the transition needs time to take place.
It's transition by necessity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the Raw roster, women's roster, needs to build up those baby faces.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of new faces.
So Lyra, is Raquel Gonzalez there?
Raquel wasn't even drafted.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, she I know she has. I talked about this on Botch and Chair Shots earlier on this year. She has this really funky medical condition where like when she gets her allergic reaction, she gets like all the allergic reactions, like or her face like breaks out horribly. I forgot what it's called, but I'll have to look it up and get back to you on that. And talk about Raquel's like medical condition, but it's bad. Like, and she has really bad flare-ups, which kind of takes her away because like Raquel would be perfect if she could like.
Yeah. She'd be a very good foil for Liv Morgan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, but unfortunately Raquel is not there right now, which is a shame. But I think we're both going to go with Becky here on this one.
Yeah.
So here's my next bonus question for this show. Speaking of Liv and Dom, which is I think that's going to be the best story, especially when Rhea comes back. Like imagine Dom and Liv getting into a full-fledged on TV relationship.
Live sex celebration.
And then Rhea shows up like the same night Rhea. My big question is, does Dom interfere on Liv's behalf this Saturday?
No.
So not Chad.
No. Because you know why? They haven't been seen together on TV
officially
yet. Like, in a segment.
Yeah, I get that.
Like it hasn't been recognized by like the powers that be yet, like whatever you want to say, creative.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Jason Jordan has not been made aware of this.
Or Jamie Noble.
Yeah, or Jamie Noble.
Or Hurricane Helms.
But no one believes him.
Or Hurricane Helms. Dude, what a creative force that probably is backstage. Like just all of those guys just BSing half the time.
I like it, dude. I think it's a good team. Bunch of mid-carders just doing what they wish they could have done in their careers.
Yeah. It's freaking great. Add TJ to that as well.
Yeah, it's like half of these stories are just stories they wrote for themselves 15 years ago that this Vince turned down. It's now there's place swapping.
I've been waiting for this. My moment is now.
I mean, honestly, that's probably why like mid-card guys make such great agents.
Because they have to do everything.
They've just been waiting for their time to shine.
Yeah, pretty much. They didn't
get it in their career, so now they got it here.
Pretty much. All right, so let's move on to this. Becky's going to retain for both of us. This is going to be the most interesting of all the matches so far. We have Intercontinental title, triple threat match. Sami Zayn putting his title up against the line against my favorite thick boy in all of wrestling, Bronson Reed, that massive human being that he is.
What is he doing here?
He's just there to screw stuff up. And Chad Gable, who is literally becoming Kurt Angle number 2.
Let's just call him Shorty G again.
No, let's not go back to that.
Let's shorten that up a bit.
Yeah, no. So, what I was hinting at earlier was that there was somebody in the crowd on hard cam that somehow got through security, Perk Gable as a sign.
Jesus. They got that through.
They got it through. It only lasted like the first segment before security took it away.
Perk Gable.
Yes.
God, I love the internet.
So Perk Gable happened. The guys who did the song, because I tweeted about it the other night or last night, and the guys who made the sign were like, "Yeah, it was us. They took it away after the first segment."
Whoops.
They were like, "Oh, we love seeing everything about it."
They're like, we just want to see how long we can keep it up, but it turns out not that long.
Yeah. Fred said it.
And I couldn't bring Jungle Boy Sucks into yeah.
In 2022, like he was why? Like, come on, AEW. So the real story here in this Intercontinental title fight is Sammy versus Chad, and Sammy just happens to be everybody's favorite Captain Save-A-Ho. He's always trying to save people from like their narcissistic overlords. He did it with Jay. He's trying to do it now with Alpha Academy. To the point where I believe Chad was seen talking with the Creed brothers. So Team Angle 2.0 is occurring at some point in time, and I can't wait for it. The big thing here, you know.
Ooh, okay. I see where they're going.
You know, here. Chad looked strong taking out Sammy. Bronson Reed was kind of around on Raw the other night. In the Vince era of WWE and pro wrestling, usually my theory of opposite momentum would work. You know, Sammy looks weak, Sammy's going to win. You add the fact that there's a triple threat with Bronson Reed. You add the fact that Vince isn't around anymore, and Triple H doesn't really play by the traditional rules here. Do we think Sammy drops in Saudi Arabia?
No. Because you got to introduce the Creed brothers eventually.
True.
So you introduce the Creed brothers when Chad wins the belt. Which means you got again delay, stall. Which is why Bronson Reed is in this match. He is in there to eat a pin because Sammy is gonna Chad's gonna look like he's gonna get the win on Bronson, and Sammy's gonna pull him out and steal the win. And that's gonna. I think it leaves room for a Sammy Chad 1-on-1 match.
Yeah, that works for me.
Works for me.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
That works for me. You also forget the fact that Sammy is also he is Syrian by heritage, I believe, and so I believe he is a practicing Muslim. Because he is a practicing Muslim because he did go to Mecca the last time they were there. So I doubt they would have Sammy lose in his essentially his religious home.
Yeah, although I thought, because I remember that he was there last time, and the crowd ate him up. But
yeah,
what was the reason he never went to the Saudi shows before? He wasn't allowed to go?
I don't know what the technical government thing was. It was either government or religious based or something.
Which is pretty much one and the same over there.
Yeah,
in a lot of circumstances.
I don't recall. Maybe it was. It could have been government or religious based, or maybe it was his personal choice. I'm not exactly sure.
The geopolitics in that region are very inconclusive.
Yeah, so
and very unclear.
Yeah, so I don't. So yeah, it could have been Sammy's personal choice, and he finally was like, "All right, I'll go." At some point.
So they loved the fuck out of him last time he was there.
Mustafa Ali, obviously as well. They both went to Mecca. Because they did videotape their pilgrimages, which was kind of cool.
I'm surprised they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's very true. Dory's reporting that he chose not to go. So it was his personal choice not to show up for most times.
All right.
Hey,
fair enough.
Whatever.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think Sammy wins in a really weird way.
Yeah.
Like Sammy's
dusty finish.
Potentially.
Dusty finish.
It's gonna be fun. Sammy is a good Chad Gable's an athletic freak of nature. Sami Zayn knows how to tell a great story, and Bronson Reed shouldn't be able to do top rope splashes on people.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is absolutely absurd what's going to happen. But Sammy somehow retains. It's going to be a
big meaty boy.
Oh yeah, thick boy. I love Bronson Reed. He is good. Listen, he beat Okada. Okada put him over. He's worth something. I don't know about Okada these days, but he is worth. He's worth something. He's worth something. So Sammy retains, and there's no bonus question for it. Oh, there's going to be a general bonus question at the end. But moving on to, we're going to do a 2-for-1 here at the right now. The King and Queen of the Ring matches right now. Number one, first and foremost, if you're looking at us, you're watching us live.
I do love the crowns.
The crowns are great. And I may or may not have checked to see how much a replica would go for, but they have not actually produced replicas at all.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Well, like it's $300 at least.
It's the best looking King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring crowns that we've ever seen.
You know what? Because there's not that stupid purple like Burger King helmet thing on it.
Oh, like Macho King?
Yeah, like the velvet, the purple velvet thing or whatever.
Yeah, it had the giant headpiece.
Yeah, or like the lame robe and the scepter.
Yeah, that Corbin dragged out
like
for a while.
Plastic.
Yeah, no, these look legit on TV. I was like, wow, this is great. I would not.
You look really good.
I would not be surprised if these are on display at WWE World next year in Vegas.
They will be. You know they will be.
Yeah, no, these are fantastic. So we've had a true tournament for King and Queen of the Ring. I think 16 total competitors. You know, we boiled it down. Raw had their finals or their semifinals this past Monday. SmackDown is to be determined. So we're going to do a lot of predicting here this time around. So we're going to start with the Queen of the Ring here. Lyra Valkyria beat Io Sky in kind of a fluke. And so she'll yeah, it was a decent match, but Lyra kind of snuck one in there. Beat Io Sky. I would argue Io doesn't need the Queen of the Ring. She's already been champion. Like there's that Queen of the Ring would do nothing for her. So she's gonna go up against the
Gives
winner.
her a new gimmick, which she kind of needs.
Well, she's outside of Bailey things. She's just, we're just crazy and beating people up. It's fine. So Lyra's gonna go up against the winner of SmackDown's semifinal or SmackDown's final, Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. Now, a lot of people thought at some point we were going to get Jade versus Bianca in the semifinals on SmackDown, but that did not occur because Jade got herself disqualified in a great storyline fashion. They were in. Did you see this clip?
It. Yeah, I liked it. I watched SmackDown.
Yeah, she got mad. She got mad that Nia screamed at her daughter, and she went ballistic. It was great. It was great storytelling.
Her daughter was so adorable.
And she's like, "Mommy," she's like, "It's okay. I'm okay." And then Nia just railroads her.
She's like, "Close your eyes, baby."
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Listen, speaking of Jade, it was good to keep Jade back. She held her own in the tournament for as long as she could. She looked great for the couple of matches that she had. I think Nia's the better choice, in my opinion.
I agree. Jade's also still a little green.
A little bit, but she's getting there.
Yeah, like you want that match with Bianca when Jade's like not a 81 or 82 overall.
That's a good analogy. You want her a solid 90.
Yeah, like Bianca's a 93.
Yeah.
And Jade's an 82. So
yeah, you got to build her up.
Wait till she's an 89.
Yeah. So I think here's what I'm thinking. I think we get Lyra is clearly the Becky Lynch backed babyface. Bianca also doesn't need to win Queen of the Ring at all.
Yeah, Nia won.
Dory, you are such a heel. Dory was at the SmackDown. She said she was in a section full of baby faces, and she was the only the only heel.
You be that Ciampa loving asshole.
Yes, be that person, Dory. Be that person, please. I for one think the King and Queen of the Ring are best suited on heels, so they do more with it. I'm going to go Nia beats Bianca in some weird fashion. It's not going to be a clean, and Nia annihilates Lyra Valkyria. Like, I think we get Queen Nia for a run because I think she will be an absolute menace on SmackDown with that crown.
Yeah.
I'm going...
And then she joins... And then she finally joins
yeah. She starts speaking in tongues like Tama Tonga.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't like that.
It was a really weird... I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was like, why is he staring into the camera speaking like Donnie from Wild Thornberries?
For some reason, I probably think it was like a backstage thing, like, you won't speak crazy on camera.
Watch me.
He's like, yeah, watch me.
Watch me, cuz. Oos, watch this, Oos.
Exactly. Because I was so confused. I was like, what is going on? Like, I don't understand what's happening right now. Besides the fact of like Solo Sikoa looking more and more like the Weeknd each and every week. But yeah, I think Naya wins the whole thing. We
He
get
looks good in
Queen
red, though.
Naya.
He looks good in
He,
red.
he looks
He looks
alright. Yeah,
good.
the haircut's kind of
With his
suspect because
weird
he's still got the
hair.
part in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Naya wins the whole thing. I think we get Queen Naya on SmackDown, and she just runs like a freaking psychotic maniac with that freaking crown. That's my official choice. Well, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm also picking Naya. I mean, yeah, I mean, like Lara Valkyria wins Queen of the Ring. Okay, cool. Then what? How is she gonna use it? Like Naya is someone I think can embrace the gimmick. She'd get a reaction, and that she can actually
More so than she already
yeah,
has. Yeah,
yeah, right. Like people love to hate this bitch. Give them a reason to hate her.
absolutely.
I was definitely a Naya hater, but since she's come back, I am all hail on Queen Naya along with Dory over there.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm a fan of Naya. You know, and like I mean, we say it a lot, but she looks like she's having fun.
she
You
does.
know, yeah,
Yeah.
she looks like she's having fun. We can say that for a lot of a WWE roster. Moving on to the next one, King of the Ring, the original, the reason that we kind of have the show Kings of the Rings podcast, or the name we took, and there's an S, so it is not a copyright infringement, WWE, if you are listening.
There's two S's.
There's two S's, yes, that's right. There are two S's. Gunther won Raw. He choked out Jay
I'm surprised,
on Raw.
honestly.
It was a weird way to end it because they were clearly pressed for time. As soon as they called the match, they cut the feed. It went off air. Like Jay got knocked out at 11 by 11:01. The show was off
Damn.
air.
Okay.
Yeah, they were pressed for time. But Gunther, in his entire run in King of the Ring, has submitted or choked out every opponent. Kofi submits, Sheamus submitted, and he choked out Jay. Gunther's on a run right now.
He wants to murder.
Yeah. Gunther is on an absolute tear. So he's going to be representing Raw. He will go up against the winner of Tama Tonga or Randy Orton. Little quick thing on Randy Orton. That RKO he gave to Carmelo Hayes was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing I said a few weeks ago. Carmelo looked very small standing next to Randy Orton.
Randy's also 6'4", but
I know.
I saw like next to Randy, it was more like noticeable because Randy's a Goliath of a human being at like 40 plus for no reason.
It was worse than Cody. Like go back and watch that Cody match, just that opening shot. Like Carmelo just looks, he's short, he's small.
Well, so is Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean, he's super talented. I'm a big fan, but it's just because he needs to look good standing next to main eventers like Cody and Randy, and like someone like a Cena or Roman.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think his body is built for that.
Yeah, I don't know how he does that. But like, imagine him next to Drew McIntyre.
Well, imagine anybody next to Drew McIntyre. We've seen Drew in person. Like, no one's going to look like him.
I know. But that's why they're in the main event, right? The big meaty men still get over. It's still a big man.
Well, that's
game.
a Vince thing. Yeah, for at some point, yeah. But like you had Shawn Michaels who's not even 6 feet. Bret Hart, I don't believe, is even 6 feet.
True.
So I think it's one of those things where like, it aesthetically, it could work, but also like, his character work is, I think, second to none. Like he believes that he's this like guy. He believes he's him, and I believe he's also him.
I don't like the him, to be honest.
I love the him.
I get it, but it's not doing it for me.
It's an African American thing. I'll put it that way.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's but like his character work's gonna shine. Like what he can't make up in naturally in stature, he's gonna make up in character.
Agreed.
And his character work's been
and his sheer athletic ability.
Yeah, his athletic ability is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to support him. We sponsored his final match on the Indies before he went to NXT. So
yeah,
he will always be that. So, but be it as it may, Randy beat him in a beautiful RKO. Tama Tonga advanced. I don't know what they're gonna do here because Randy's the established veteran. It would be easy and ridiculously fun to see Randy versus Gunther.
Yeah.
However, you have Tama Tonga. Your main story on SmackDown is this newly formed bloodline under Solo Sikoa. So you also got to make Tama Tonga look good. So how do you do that going up against Randy? And like, if this is your SmackDown main, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you decide who goes on?
KO screws him. KO
I like
comes in
that.
with a stunner into an RKO, and I think that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's fine.
So yeah, he wins kind of weirdly.
Yeah, like Randy Orton wins, but it's like unfair. Like I don't think Tama Tonga, like, it's fine because you don't want to have Tama Tonga go on to lose to Gunther because that doesn't do anything. If you're gonna lose, you might as well lose to a 15-time champion and a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
All right. So and Gunther, you know, I thought Jay was gonna, if it was Jay and if Jay had advanced, like, yeah, Tama Tonga's gonna beat the fuck out of Randy Orton, and that's the match. But they went with Gunther, and I think they're gonna go with Gunther to win the whole thing. You got Nia on SmackDown and Gunther on Raw. It just makes perfect sense. Yeah,
I don't think you like the same thing we said with Liv's storyline in her angle. You don't rush this. You don't rush the bloodline storyline.
And I think Gunther will also do well at the King gimmick because
absolutely,
the one thing he kind of misses is a character. Like when I think
and purpose.
Like the Ring General, that character is like in ring only. His promos are fine, but he lacks depth. He lacks emotion. And I think King of the Ring can kind of give him a Carney-like character that he can excel in.
He does. He's been doing better in his promos. Like he's very his promo. They did a taped promo.
He's very eloquent.
Yes, that's a good word.
Yeah, like
he's very eloquent.
Very, very well spoken. He's poised.
Yeah.
He's composed, but
which brings to his character, like it brings to the pompousness of his character.
Oh, it fits. Yeah, it does. But it needs a little more flavor and seasoning.
Little gusto.
Yeah.
His video package promo on Raw this week was hysterical. You ever see Gunther in regular clothes?
No, I bet it looks so ridiculous. Like it was like
weird.
T-shirts and sweats.
It was like he was doing a 1990s infomercial.
Interesting.
It's in our tip of the crown somewhere in the Discord. Because he's in the empty arena, he's walking down the stairs, and somebody tweeted like,
I glanced at this earlier. I'm gonna go.
Someone said, "What is Gunther doing at AEW?" Because it's an empty arena.
Perk Gable, that's hilarious. Oh, there he is. Oh my god, he looks like a school child.
Yeah.
And that's why Smoking Crack. Yeah, he's literally doing a Dare commercial.
Yeah. That's regular clothes Gunther. It's very weird.
When I was 14, I smoked cigarettes. Yeah, like, what the fuck is he wearing? Who dressed you? Your mom?
Look at the shoes too.
You know, it would have been better if they were Heelys. Like, we allow Heelys.
Could you imagine? He's like doing the promo. He's like healing around the ring.
Yeah, he's just wearing real Heelys. What is Gunther doing in AEW? Oh,
yeah.
That's accurate. That's funny.
Yeah. So
honestly, Loki, shout out to the tip of the crown aspect of our Discord. It is the best part of our Discord because Mr. Fretz makes me laugh. Like Bill Zoidberg. Like, I gotta give my man some love.
Yeah, Fretz and his Simpson humor is crazy. But back to the King of the Ring. So we both sold. I'm flat out sold as soon as I saw what he did to Jay, who had another ridiculous entrance. They one-shotted Jay's entrance again from the back.
Nice.
It was absolutely amazing. And they did a floor shot. So like you followed him to the ring and like the camera was angled to the floor. So when it shot up, you saw all like the firefly lights waving up and down with him.
That's cool.
It is, yeah, it's a crazy shot. But after seeing what Gunther did to Jay, which was a fantastic match, what Gunther did to Jay, there is no way that Randy or Tama Tonga beat Gunther. Gunther's on a war path, and this is going to be, if he does something with this King of the Ring, this is going to be historic, and I think he's going to do something with it, because you have the potential as Gunther, as King of the Ring, going into Germany at Bash at Berlin. The writing's on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Can you imagine Gunther as a conquering King of the Ring champion, and his whole first gimmick under Imperium was this Mad is Sacred, going into Germany? with a crown? Like, it's very scary.
Okay. Oh my
Yeah.
God. So I had to Google it. So
What?
they don't call them like kings or queens in Germany. They call them chancellors. So
That makes sense.
if he rebrands himself to Chancellor of the Ring, Chancellor Gunther.
Yes. Yes. I want all of this.
The Bundeskanzler. I can't say this word. Bundeskanzler. In German
I don't speak.
politics, the Bundeskanzler,
So it's like Chancellor, then.
yeah, is equivalent to the prime
Okay.
minister and is elected by the Bundestag. Bundestag.
Nice. I mean, technically Gunther is Austrian, but yeah, we'll just, he's going into Germany as a big deal. Let's put it that way. And so that's forgetting.
They do use it's Chancellor of Austria too.
Oh, okay, that works out then. That works out then perfectly. So yeah, King and Queen of the Ring are going to go to heels because they do the best work with it. It is a heelish more gimmick, and I think Nia's going to do well. I think Gunther's going to do well, and they're going to have a really fun time. So that is the King and Queen of the Ring premium live event for Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Remember, happening Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. If you're on the West Coast in America or North America for that chance. So,
dude, Austria's chancellor is named Karl.
Okay.
It's with a K.
Okay.
Karl.
I know a Karl with a K.
Nehammer. Nehammer. Karl.
So before we get to our crown ratings of King and Queen of the Ring, big question here is our last bonus question. We've been seeing a lot of weird QR codes, a lot of crazy stuff.
No, they don't show up.
Potential why it's like does Uncle Howdy show up?
No.
No. Uncle
Where?
Howdy.
Where would he show up? Like I honestly, if they were gonna do title for title, a good out would have been Uncle Howdy. That would have made sense to me. But since it's not title for title, because like, okay, if you're gonna bring in Wyatt Six or Uncle Howdy or whoever you want to bring in next, where do you put them? And why? Like, because Corey Graves and Wade Barrett mentioned like the glitches and the QR codes on SmackDown, which was also a little weird.
They did they hacked the Twitch stream too.
Yeah, which I thought was pretty funny. So hacked the Twitch stream. So it's still building. It's still building and elevating. Give it a few months, probably SummerSlam. So the answer is no.
Yeah, fair. Very, very fair with that. So moving on to that. So how well do you think this premium live event will go? Between crowns, obviously one crown being the worst, 10 crown being the greatest thing of all time, or WrestleMania 40. So where does this lie, Will?
I'll give it a 7.5. You know, I don't like that me and you are also like making like the same predictions for these cards again. It makes
well, we'll see what happens when we get
to
AEW.
AEW is gonna be a wild card, but like it's a little, the score card hasn't moved that much. So WWE is predictable right now. That post Mania lull is a real thing right now. But the matches are still entertaining. The character development is there, and we just gotta wait until a few months or so. So 7.5.
Money in the Bank Money in the Bank's gonna kick things
Yeah.
up.
So 7.5. It'll be a good wrestling show. The wrestling's never bad. Raw and SmackDown have been very wrestling heavy because of the tournament. So,
which I love. I love that reestablishment after.
Which to me is kind of like, yeah, everyone can wrestle. I get it. I like the promos and the story and development. But 7.5. Par for course.
I'm gonna go with 8. I'm gonna just go with 8. I think solid here. It's gonna be close to a Backlash level without the crazy crowd.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Moving on to the second half of the show, or more what we might call the speed round. AEW's Double or Nothing. D and W are weird. AEW's
AEW or Nothing.
Yeah, AEW or Nothing. Coming live from the MGM Grand Arena
And then an
in
echo
Las
because
Vegas.
the crowd's empty.
Yeah. They should be able to solve the MGM Grand Arena. Sunday, May 26th, 8 p.m. Live on pay-per-view. It is a massive card, and real quick, and you'll love this, Will. There are 9 matches on this card. 8 of those matches. Hold on. No, that's not it. 8 of those matches are for a championship, or 7 of the 9 are for a championship.
That's to be expected. That's to be expected.
Because there's so many goddamn titles. This is very interesting thing that I want to point out too, as well. I was researching Double or Nothing. They have this little perk. They have like this VIP package you can do for AEW Double or Nothing. I was researching it, where you get an hour early entrance into the arena, get some exclusive merchandise, get a picture with, I believe, the AEW title, and I think an AEW superstar as well, which I thought was an interesting little perk.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I would do that.
You get an hour of like line free shopping because there's nobody in the arena.
Food lines. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you get a picture with the AEW championship, and I think some exclusive merch, and I think a potential AEW superstar. Like,
it's a really good idea.
It's worth the extra hour.
Yeah. I would actually. I would definitely spend money on that.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not a fan, like if I was going to the show, it was an extra how much extra is it? Does it say?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up again.
Even if it was like $100, I'd probably I would do that. If it was under like $75, $100, I'd probably do that.
Because you know what, you get all the stuff that you would want to do without the line.
Yeah.
And then you get to chill out the rest of the time.
Yeah. If I'm just waiting around for people to enter the building again, I'm gonna go buy food and buy a T-shirt just to kill time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Good on AEW. Good business, TK.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea. I wonder if WWE will adapt it, but maybe not because they have On Location. But moving on,
it would sell out too fast.
That's also true. It's a horrible problem to have.
You would just open doors an hour earlier.
It's very true. So we've got to break down what I guess is turning out to be AEW's marquee match for this pay-per-view of theirs. You have the Anarchy in the Arena match, not to be confused with Stadium Stampede, which was also a match years ago at this point.
I like Stadium Stampede. That was pretty dope. It was fun.
It was creative in a time where they needed to be creative.
Yes. Doesn't work now, but it was good for it was exactly what we needed when we needed it.
At the time, yeah. Anarchy in the Arena was done last year, I believe, between the Bucks and FTR, and it was kind of a weird thing where they played a lot of music. Do you remember they played a lot of music during the match? There was a rock band going on. They were fighting around in the arena.
I remember that. I forgot about that.
I was like, what is going on? I was like, stop playing the music. I want to follow up. I want to hear what's going on. So Anarchy Arena again, and here's the story that we have. We have this newly reformed version of the Elite where the Young Bucks are pretty much playing themselves, tyrannical owners. They've added Okada. They added a returning Jack Perry. This is very, in my opinion, the NWO. Once again.
Does that make Jack Perry 6?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because when you think about it, they started going after the announced team. Their first thing was they took out the owner, Tony Khan, with the pile driver on TV. So bad that Tony Khan made some wild comments during the NFL draft. So I guess the gimmick worked. And they are running roughshod with all the power on AEW as this new form, the Elite, with the backing of the Bucks, who are real-time EVPs. So much power. And Will, I'm sorry, I'm going to break your heart here. They fired Christopher Daniels.
Oh no!
They fired Christopher Daniels on TV. I think he was leaving anyway.
He's been dying to go back to TNA. He's like, oh my god, the old branding. This is my calling.
Get me back.
Him and Kazarian are going to be tag champs in 3 weeks.
So you have that team, pretty much their version of an NWO like stable.
No, it's not. All right, this is ridiculous.
All right, come on. All right, so then sway me.
I talked about this a few weeks ago. They already have the power. Like they're already EVPs. Okay. Like who are you taking power from? Your partner? That's just stupid. Like the NWO was outside people coming in. Like if this was an equivalent in WCW, this would be like J.J. Dillon pile driving Eric Bischoff.
Well, you had Okada who's coming from outside, and Jack Perry was formerly essentially kicked out of AEW.
DFA, so I guess. So but they're not taking power. They're just like, I guess them two are coming into power, but the Bucks were already, and they're leaders. They already had the power. Mm-hmm. They're not taking power from anybody. They could have been doing that the whole time, taking the announcers. They didn't gain this new power. Not the Undertaker could do lightning now. Like, they didn't coup Tony Khan.
They kind of cooed Tony Khan.
NWO was a coup.
Well, coup comes from inside, or no, whole hostile takeover. Okay,
Yeah,
so,
hostile takeover.
I mean, they kind of cooed Tony, or more mutiny on Tony.
Yeah,
I would
like
say
it would have
more
made more
mutiny.
sense. It's like, you know what? We've been holding back. If the story was we've been holding back our muscle, now it's time to flex it. We're gonna use our full
Yeah,
power here. Right? So
it is more mutiny. But then, so you have Team Elite versus Team AEW as we move on here, and AEW consists of FTR, Brian Danielson, and Darby Allin, who is replacing Eddie Kingston because Eddie Kingston broke his leg when the Bucks attacked him at NJPW Strong in over the weekend. So Eddie Kingston has broken his leg. He is out until 2025. And Darby Allin is his replacement, first showing up after Dynasty. This is going to be a wild and crazy match. I can see this is probably going to main event because the Bucks.
Eddie Kingston comes back by Survivor Series.
And sides with WWE.
That's all I was thinking about while you were talking. Yeah, this is probably gonna main event. It's the gimmick of all gimmick matches, and I think this is it's a main event. I'll say that.
Yeah. So are you Team Elite or Team AEW?
I'll do Team Elite.
For the sake of things, I mean, it's if you're going to drag this, this is kind of a theme. If you're going to drag this into the summer, because this is a summer kickoff style weekend for everybody. You're going to drag this, you go with the Elite. But I have a feeling they're going to do Team AEW here. I keep on thinking now that I'm looking at this poster again. Do you remember when WWE fired Daniel Bryan?
Yeah.
And then they brought him back in that weird like WWE versus
the Nexus angle.
Yeah, WWE versus
Yeah.
I see Daniel Bryan's face and I hear like our final member is Daniel Bryan and he looks that's all I can picture right now.
Everyone's like, who?
Yeah, well, for the sake of argument's sake, I'm gonna go Team AEW on this one. Even though it's gonna be rough because Darby Allin has a death sentence. Brian Danielson's on his last leg, and FTR is just gonna beat people up for no apparent reason.
Darby's theme song came on my Spotify shuffle the other day, and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, maybe want to watch AEW again, but I was like, oh yeah, but it's the Young Bucks. But at least Darby, or as long as if Darby still has his song, I might tune in.
Yeah, I don't know who has a worse mustache, the Bucks or Dom Mysterio.
Dude, don't be disrespecting Dom Mysterio's mustache like that.
I said I don't know who has a
and Young Buck number 2, the one in the back.
I think that's Matt.
Sure, he's got the better facial hair. He looks great.
These are older photos. These aren't what they look like now.
I know. But that's a great photo. Great facial hair.
He kind of looks like a smaller Drew McIntyre.
Dude, my mustache. If Fretz's stash looks bad, my mustache would look way worse. I did a pandemic mustache because no one could see it, and
then you saw it,
and then I had to see it. Me and Nash look at it every day.
You're like, wait a minute. So there's that. So moving on to the AEW World Championship match. Swerve Strickland in a pretty good title defense against everybody's favorite daddy, leader of the patriarchy, known as Christian Cage. Christian Cage obviously dropped his TNT title to his friend or enemy, Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, and he's going up against Swerve, playing all of the hits like You Are a Bad Father. Ooh, black guy being an absent father. Who would have known they were going to go with that angle? And also seeing that Christian Cage has a thing of people being bad fathers, which is kind of his whole kid and capoodle and stick. Swerve Strickland, ever since coming to the top, has realized that a lot of people who he thought were friends are pretty much now his enemies. He had to take out this group that used to help out called the Mogul Dynasty. So now he's pretty much on his own, and Christian Cage has the full power of the patriarchy behind him, including Nick Wayne and I believe Nick Wayne's mom, as well as other people. So does Swerve drop this title to Christian, who is one of the most ridiculous, outlandish, and actually pretty good heel in AEW?
I don't like the patriarchy. I don't like that the name of a faction, if it's an actual faction.
that is the name of the faction.
It makes me very uncomfortable. I don't get uncomfortable. Like, I am very comfortable in most situations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the patriarchy. Ooh. Okay. Weird. It's very weird of you, Christian. Very weird
Yeah.
of you. So yeah, Swerve is gonna make Christian go buy a carton of milk, and he's never gonna come back.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer Christian has with this, but listen, I'm all on the Swerve train. He's got to have a long title run at this point, so I'm going to go with Swerve as well as this. This is going to be an interesting thing to see what they do, and also where they places obviously Anarchy in the Arena is going to probably main event. That is your main storyline. Moving on to another, which is seemingly on the continuous train of a Tony Storm timeless championship run. She's going up against Serena Deeb. We all used to know her as part of the Straight Edge Society when she didn't have hair. But she's facing Tony Storm. I think for me this is pretty easy. You haven't built up anybody in your women's division that can take out Tony from a character perspective.
Yeah.
That's all it is for me. This is just a placeholder match for Tony Storm to kind of do something. You know, she took out Deonna Purrazzo. Britt Baker's not back yet. That's the only character built big enough right now for potentially take out Tony. Tony's going to hold this for a long freaking time.
Dude, why does that big guy in the back look like Gorilla Monsoon?
He does. I mean, I see what
he looks like a Gorilla Monsoon, Brother Love, like Paul Bear and Mr. Fretz, all as one person.
That is a hell of a hodgepodge.
I'll throw in Joseph Parks too.
You do
Abyss's brother.
Yeah, don't talk about Luther like that. Yeah, no, Luther VA, but I think it's timeless Tony Storm. The funny thing about Tony
geeks onto this.
Yeah.
Look at her.
The funny thing about this,
looks great.
She's amazing.
It's like if Angelica was a wrestler.
Wow. Good reference. I like that one. That is a very good reference if Angelica was a wrestler.
If Angelica was a wrestler. Cynthia! Oh, and the guy in the back's Jonathan. I knew it.
No. So Tony, there was a wedding. I think Ruby Soho got married over the weekend. So there was a bunch of wrestlers there. So Tony Storm had a picture of a bunch of the female wrestlers, and she edited the photo to have her in black and white.
Amazing. Live the gimmick, girl. Live the gimmick.
Yeah. Live the gimmick. Tony Storm retains. And now to the obvious Ricky answer for this, but the TBS championship, Mercedes Moné finally is going to wrestle in AEW after debuting.
She hasn't wrestled yet?
Not at all.
What the fuck do you mean she hasn't wrestled yet? Why?
She hasn't wrestled yet.
What's she waiting for? She's not injured.
She was, but that was a while ago. She had screwed up her ankle, ironically, to Willow Nightingale at a New Japan events.
That was a long ass time ago, though. No.
Exactly. She dropped to Willow. She was injured. She was on the shelf for a while. She signed to AEW, and she is just now.
But she signed in March.
Yeah, and she is just now having her match, her first ever match for the TBS Championship against Willow Nightingale. The story kind of writes itself. Willow was the reason that she got injured in her last match in New Japan. Now she's going for Willow's title. She's fine. Willow powerbombed her through a table at the contract signing on Dynamite this past week. For me, this is pretty easy. You do not sign someone in the women's division, in professional wrestling's women's division, that is world renowned, that it was a big signing, and you don't have her lose her first match on a big event.
WWE wouldn't.
Fair.
Yeah, you're probably right though. I don't know. I've heard your girl has been getting dunked on the internet for not being able to cut a promo.
I haven't watched it too. I think it's because they've kind of been like, from what I've heard and from what I've
seen.
Their
2016 promos is the critique I've been hearing.
From what I've seen or heard, it's like they kind of Lacey Evans to her.
I'm going to get you at the pay-per-view.
Like, she would just come out and be like, hey, I'm almost ready to go, blah, blah, blah. And then, then she, disappears. She has been doing some backstage stuff. She has been getting attacked backstage.
I am the CEO of AEW.
You know what it is? You know what it is for me? Mercedes,
I never liked Sasha Banks promos, for the most part.
We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
But what gets me with the Mercedes Moné thing is, I don't like the Mercedes theme song.
Is it the same one she had in New Japan, or is it different?
where it says like CEO, CEO.
Was it like a college chant, like a football, like a college basketball
Kind of.
chant?
Yeah, it's kind of like Flight of the Valkyries
Like she's
mixed
like
or
G
Flight
double
of
O D
Flight.
E Y E, good eye, good eye.
Well, not that long, but yeah.
We want a pinfall, just a little pinfall. PINFAL. We can't spell pinfall.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It doesn't grab me right now. I think that's what's killing me with like the theme song is kind of like not grabbing me. But be it as it may, you don't make a big huff about Mercedes
Yeah.
Monet. You don't do what was it called? Big business, pretty much a Dynamite special to announce her debut and then have her lose. Mercedes is beating Willow for this title. I think it's weird she's going from a mid card, but we'll see what happens with this. But I think Mercedes wins flat out. Are you going with Mercedes or are you going with Willow? And
Yeah,
just
I'll
be
go.
controversial?
Yeah, you can't go against Mercedes. You spend all the money on her, you gotta get the most out of it, right? The star player plays every day,
Exactly.
and your
Yeah.
rookies play every day too.
that is also true. That's also true. Moving along down this card, another championship match, folks. Who would have known the TNT title? I cannot wait till they change the names of these titles. I really can't. Do you know the TNT Championship has been defended over 100 times already?
100 times?
Yeah, it was a stat this past week on Dynamite.
That's not a good one. Or maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Depending on how many champions there's been, but the TNT title has been defended over 100 times since its inception. But Adam Copeland, formerly known as Edge, going up against Malachi Black, formerly known as Aleister Black. They're doing a
I don't
TNT
like that
championship.
picture of Malachi. Like it's gonna be like Darth Vader without the helmet vibes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Edge is defending the title in a barbed wire steel cage match.
Why?
Because Malachi Black is in a sadistic phase. Edge is beating every other member of Malachi Black's faction. Malachi Black wants to pretty much take everything from Edge. He actually stole Edge's wedding ring this past week.
I guess I can't
on
walk through the door
Dynamite.
now as a dumbass finish. So that's a plus.
Yeah, so I don't know what Edge is, or I keep calling this. I don't know what Adam Copeland or Edge is gonna do.
It's Edge.
With this. Yeah, it is kind of Edge. Adam Copeland sounds so weird. This is a toss-up for me because I can see Edge being at the end of his career. He actually had a good match against Kyle O'Reilly. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, cool. Kyle's back.
Well, not cool Kyle, but he's still Kyle. But yeah, they were also they were in Canada when they're doing. They're both Canadian, so it worked out.
That helps.
Yeah, it does help a lot. So I don't know if Edge is in the part of his career where he just wants to give and give and give. Because I can see him giving to Aleister and having the TNT title, or Edge actually winning this. This is going to be bloody. This is going to be a weird match. I'm going to make you make the first pick, Will, because I don't know how they're going to go with this one.
Yeah, this is Edge saying, "Hey, I'm sorry I didn't get to do Judgment Day with you. Now, thanks for eating this pinfall." Edge wins.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of blood.
Tons of blood for this one. I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go Malachi Black. Let's get a little kooky with this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's get a little kooky with
Get
this
real freaky naughty.
Where's that from? I forgot.
Dodgeball.
Yes, you're right. That was White.
Yeah, that was quite good, man.
That was like
Real
good, man.
freaky. Are you
Freaky
reading?
naughty.
Are you reading the dictionary?
Yes. Oh my God, what a movie!
I told
What
you
a
she was a
movie.
lesbian.
Moving on to my fault. There's 6 that are title matches. My apologies, because this isn't actually a title match. John Moxley, the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, you know, the thing that's supposed to be going on in New Japan, is not putting his title on line. He's going up against Konosuke Takeshita, who is a fantastic performer in the ring, part of the Don Callis family, in an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship eliminator match.
What does that mean?
Okay, it's a simple concept. WWE has done it before, and they haven't called it something this freaking long. This is essentially championship contender match against the champion.
Eliminator match.
So pretty much, if If Takeshita beats Jon Moxley in a non-title fight, he gets a chance to challenge Jon Moxley for the title.
Oh, that's fine, but eliminator is the wrong word.
But if he loses,
like
then yeah, you are correct. I don't get it either.
Right?
This is
like
what they call
eliminator just does the word eliminator just does not fit here.
Yeah.
Are they trying to think of another word for contender?
I guess.
Like number one contenders match?
I guess. But that's what they're calling it.
Yeah, because like no, not bad booking. It's just bad wording. Semantics.
It's long. It's long. It's also weird because like this is the heavy, like this isn't the Ring of Honor championship on an AEW program, right? Because like AEW owns Ring of Honor. They're in a partnership with New Japan right now, and Jon Moxley is their heavyweight champion. And they're like it's very weird to me to have another major company's biggest title on your show essentially in the mid card.
I don't know. I think it's not bad for New Japan though, because it introduces them further to an American audience.
True.
Right, and I don't know. It's you gotta do something with the partnership.
That's true. That's very true. I'm waiting for the day AEW
title belt. I mean, Moxley is an AEW guy.
Yeah,
it's a little weirder to have an AEW guy as your world champion. It's a little on the flip.
Mox is equal part a New Japan guy too. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I know he can go back and forth and they have this weird relationship, but
yeah,
I don't know. This one doesn't bother me. It's just the word eliminator I don't like.
Yeah. So does Takeshita beat Moxley and get a title fight, or does Mox win this?
Is there an AEW? Not AEW. Is there? Is Forbidden Door coming up?
Forbidden Door is going to be in
June,
next
right?
month. Yeah, it's in June.
Yeah, he wins.
It's at UBS Arena. It's on the same weekend as Pride weekend.
Takeshita.
Takeshita.
Yeah, he wins.
Takeshita. Yeah.
He wins. A roll up. Nice roll up.
Nice roll up. I'm gonna go, since Forbidden Door has to be their kind of like their crazy thing. Someone has to face Moxley, and Takeshita's already been too exposed to be like, oh, someone's coming from New Japan. I think Moxley beats him.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Moxley on this one. I think you get a bigger person for Moxley, for Forbidden Door, which is next month. That's what I think is gonna happen. Moving along. To, I guess, folks, another championship match, the AEW International Championship, not to be mixed up with the Continental Championship, which is held by Okada currently. Okay, the International Championship, Roderick Strong, lisp and all, versus Will Ospreay.
I haven't noticed his lisp, to be honest.
I don't know. It always stuck out to me in NXT. But I always noticed it. I was like, oh, that's the reason he doesn't speak, and Adam Cole is the one who speaks for all of them. So tell me where you've heard this before. Roderick Strong has a faction that is known as Undisputed.
Just Undisputed?
Just Undisputed.
I guess that's Ekin copyright.
Yeah. And so he has the International Championship. He's going up against Will Ospreay. My same logic applies here as it applied to Mercedes Moné versus Willing Nightingale. You don't make a big stink about these signings and have them lose on a title. Ospreay's getting this title. Like you had Ospreay 1 month, you have Mercedes Moné the next month. They're both winning championships.
Yeah, I agree.
There's no way. Like,
yeah, it's hard to argue against that. And he is that damn good at winning a title that no one remembers.
Yeah. I think if you're going to usher in all these new people, you got to have them as main staples.
It's AEW's new era, the Young Bucks era again.
I don't know. But like you can't make a big huff and puff about all of these signings and not put titles and not start to put them in some position to do something.
Yeah, dude. Imagine having 7 options for titles and you don't have one of them.
One of them.
Like you don't even pretend one of them.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, it's definitely Ospreay for this one for me, because Roddy's holding it still. Ospreay's ready. Ospreay's been ready, especially with his match at Dynasty. Moving on. So we don't have an official picture for this, but this is the last of the title fights.
Yay.
You remember the FTW championship?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's owned by Jericho now, who's under his whole gimmick of he's the learning tree. So
I know the internet hates Chris Jericho now. What did Chris Jericho do?
no, he's just old and kind of he's just past his prime at this point.
Well, he's 50. He's like
Currently,
54. What the fuck you expect?
no, but like he's still highlighted on TV enough, and people are just like, we're over this.
Oh, give up your spot.
Yeah, kind of thing.
You're the someone who deserves it, man.
So, and he's calling himself a learning tree, but like it's not about like him. It's just like he's performing poorly. That's the thing. I think that's what it is. I am the learning tree. That is his whole thing now. His whole gimmick is I am the learning tree. So he's going to face the winner of a triple threat match between Shibata, Hook, and Brian Keefe, the weird looking guy with the hat who calls himself the Bounty Hunter. I'm going to go with...
Give it a Hook.
I'm giving it the Hook too.
Line and sinker, baby.
Sinker, yeah. I'm going with Hook.
Who's that Bruce Lee looking motherfucker on the left?
That's Shibata.
Shibata?
He's a pretty...
Yeah, I know
badass.
his name.
Yeah.
Oh, so I kind of like Django. Django on the right looks pretty dope too.
Brian Keefe, Bounty Hunter Brian Keefe.
See, Bounty Hunter. I was right.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter
Brian Keefe. Is it with the R or Y?
That is...
Or I or a Y?
That's an R. That's an R.
B-R-Y or I?
B-R-Y-A-N.
Yes, perfect. Way better. Actually, I hope it was Keith with the Y too.
No,
K-E-Y-T-H.
Keith. Yes, no, that is weird. That is weird.
Brian Keith. That would be my wrestling name with two Y's.
Phonetic, but no.
No, Byron Keith.
Byron Keith.
B-Y-R-O-N-K-Y-E-Y-T-H. Byron Keith.
Keith. Should make that in 2K24.
Dude, Dinga Durgan is forever winning.
Yeah,
Dinga Durgan might be the best thing I've ever stolen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Hook as well for this one. So yeah, Hook wins a 3-way. Hook beats Jericho. Hook with the FTW championship because yay, never champion. So this one is not. This is a storyline thing. You have the breakup of the best friends that has already happened. Trent Beretta has turned his back on the best friends a couple of months ago, and Orange Cassidy,
Finally.
who man of little words, has taken opposition to this. So we have Trent Beretta versus Orange Cassidy. The best friends fighting. Who takes this? At this point, I hate to say it, but I feel like Orange Cassidy is a one-trick pony.
I don't like that I agree with you.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that the other day too. I'm like, yeah, he got old, I guess. I don't know. Does the crowd still love him? I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either.
But for me, I kind of forgot he was on the roster.
I have that problem with AEW all the time. Like, wow, you guys are still there. Like in researching Jericho's thing, I remembered that Big Bill was there.
Big Bill,
Big Cass, yeah. I go, yeah, Big
Sammy
Bill was there.
Guevara's there.
That's right.
Adam Cole's there.
MJF, kind of there.
Phoenix and what's his name? His brother are there.
Who?
Ray Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
Pentagon.
Pentagon, yeah. Pentagon, yeah. I think Orange Cassidy's a one-trick pony. It's a great trick when you see it the first time, like when we saw that Evolve. Fantastic trick, But after a while, you're like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Thank you for agreeing with us 1,000%, Dory. So give it to Trent. Why not? Trent Beretta. I believe Trent's a Long Island person.
Nah, fuck it. We're idiots. We're wrong. It's going to Orange Cassidy.
So you're going Orange Cassidy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Orange Cassidy.
All right, Orange punch your way to this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Trent. You're gonna go Code Orange for that. With that, you don't get what the hype over Orange Cassidy is. I know what the hype over Orange Cassidy was. It's just because marks are ridiculous, and he came out with the markiest, most ridiculous thing ever.
It's too indie.
With Orange Cassidy. Yeah, that's the problem. It was too indie.
It's great when it's live.
Absolutely, it's fantastic when it's live.
And he is really good at doing it, but it doesn't translate well to like prime time for whatever reason.
Yeah,
And he got over. The crowd loved him. Like when AEW actually had a crowd, he was super over.
it's really good. Yeah,
And I liked it when he actually turned on the wrestling, and he is not a bad wrestler.
not at all.
But
Actually, he's really good.
There's no character development.
You remember when they did the debate and he actually like started? He was like a savant.
Yeah,
like that was great character
great.
building.
It was
Yeah,
funny.
but then it's like not really been much after that. Like it's just I don't know.
His name's also
That's the
Orange.
And it also doesn't help that his orange punch is just the Superman punch in disguise.
Yeah, like what's wrong with Byron Keith? What's wrong with that name?
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Trent Beretta on this.
I'm still going Orange.
It's fine. I totally get it. You got to give the crowd something, right? So again,
Give the people
before
what
we
they
get
want. Excalibur is still in AEW. Imagine Corey Graves and Excalibur on commentary.
That'd be great.
Like,
That'd be
we sound
hysterical.
alike, but one of us wearing a mask.
Yeah. So, okay. So here we're going to do our AEW bonus points predictions for our prediction war. Got 3 of them, Will, here. So first one, how many matches will have blood plus or minus 1? I did plus or minus 2 before. I'm going to do plus or minus 1. We're guaranteed the cage match is going to be bloody as all hell.
Yeah,
I'm also guaranteeing Anarchy in the Arena is going to be ridiculously bloody.
So plus or minus 1.
Yeah.
And there's what, 7 matches? 8 matches.
9.
Fuck.
Yeah. Fred said each of them.
Let me do 3.
You gonna do 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 3 is right on the money. I think 2 is a safe bet, and I don't think 1's a safe bet. And 4, I think 4 has a better chance of more of a chance it's 4 than less of a chance it's 1.
Yeah, I'm
So I'll go 3 and put myself in that buffer zone.
endorsing all the men's matches are gonna have blood, which is a high possibility at this point. Ooh. I'm also gonna go 3. I was gonna go 2 because I know the 2 guarantees are Anarchy in the Arena and that barbed wire cage match.
That barbed wire.
I think
so you give yourself 3 and it's a buffer between 4 and 2.
But I think Swerve and Christian Cage are gonna have some blood too.
So you're gonna go 4.
No, I said 3.
You're gonna go 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna go 3. I can't figure out another 4th one. Moxley's known. Mox is a given. Moxley is also known to bleed for the sake of bleeding.
So is Brian Danielson.
So is Brian Danielson, but he's already in Anarchy in the Arena.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go 3. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 4 for that. Next question that we have here, which we didn't talk about because he is not a part of Anarchy in the Arena because he still may or may not be injured. Does Kenny Omega come back? Do we get a Kenny Omega sighting? That's one thing that show is potentially missing. That's one thing the storyline is missing between the Elite and the AEW thing.
God, I hope he comes down to the ring and Taz just goes, "Whose side is he on?" We don't know whose side he's on, and then he joins the Elite.
Which would make sense. So do we get a Kenny sighting?
Yeah, and he does the Hogan leg drop and everything. He does all of it.
Oh my God, he's the third man. He's the third man.
I would say there's gonna be trash in the ring, and not enough fans are going to. Actually, there could be a lot of trash in the ring because they can all reach.
Yeah.
So
you have Excalibur in the ring. You gotta tell these kids to shut up. This is the new world order of professional wrestling, bro. Like he does the whole
comes into the ring. Tony Khan comes out for a hug.
He does the Bischoff hug.
Yeah, this is a Bischoff hug. Yeah, I think Kenny shows up.
If it's one pay-per-view that you're gonna do, is it in Double or Nothing is one of the core AEW pay-per-views. It's weird that we have to say that because remember when they were only doing 4 a year?
Yeah.
And if you're gonna push this into the summer, Kenny has to do something. So I'm actually gonna agree. I think Kenny does show up. But I think just for opposition purposes, because if it's gonna be the Elite and the Elite love to hog the spotlight, Kenny included, I think he joins Team AEW, so you get the little bit of the fake infighting.
And he turns later.
Yeah, he might turn later, but he's going to go up against the Bucks initially. because he's gonna
Yeah, no rush.
he's gonna be seen as like, you know how Stephanie was seen as the good McMahon.
Yeah.
I think Kenny's gonna be like the good EVP for a while. I think that's the angle you got to go with. Last but not least, in total AEW fashion is our last bonus question for this. Do we get a brand new signing at Double or Nothing?
No. Who's out there?
I don't know. Maybe they'll sign PB Smooth. I'm waiting for PB Smooth to get signed, but they're not going to sign him yet. PB Smooth.
Oh my God, it's Dana White.
What's he doing in the Impact Zone? No, but shout out to PB Smooth. I don't know if you know as well. PB Smooth actually won an NWA championship.
Did he really?
Yeah, he is the first ever NWA Midwest champion.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. He's
entitled to title.
Yeah, he's the first one to ever hold that title. So congratulations to him. So he's doing good stuff. He's doing good work. He's got a lot bigger too.
Good. Is he bigger than Carmelo Hayes?
Well, he's like 6'8", so yes. Like late.
Jesus.
Yeah. He was a Division One. He was a Division One player at Hofstra before you got there, but yeah.
Back when Hofstra had football.
No, basketball.
Oh, basketball.
D1 basketball player.
Oh, we still got basketball.
Yeah, you do. We're in the same. Me and Towson.
Shout out Speedy Claxton.
Yeah, your last great player. Your last great player. But that's the last of our predictions. So no surprise signing for Will. I'm just gonna say for shits and gigs, Tony Khan can't help himself. He'll find somebody to sign.
He's gonna sign like himself. Guys, big announcement. I've extended my own contract.
He gives himself an ironclad contract.
He gives himself a signing bonus and a title shot.
Exactly. And he calls himself King of the Ring. What if Tony Khan comes out and says, "I'm the King of the Ring"?
He goes, "I am the Sultan of the Ring. I rule over Agrabah."
It's a total Tony Khan thing to do. It really is. But be it as it may, this mega card for Double or Nothing in total AEW fashion, Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Las Vegas, MGM Grand Arena. How else is it going to be? Is this going to be one as in Exploding Barbed Wire Deathmatch 1? Or is it going to be 10 as like the original Double or Nothing when John Moxley showed up 10?
God, I just want to see Tony Khan sing that "I Can Show You the World."
Not happening.
It's called an empty arena. Yeah, dude, I don't know.
Is Anarchy in the Arena essentially an empty arena match these days? I hate to say, but it's not going to be an empty arena.
Yeah, dude, like, here's the thing. The Anarchy in the Arena works when you can shoot the full arena. Like,
who knows?
Yeah, I saw this conversation online. Actually, no, it was Matt Man. Matt Man was talking about it. It's like AEW needs a Royal Rumble type match that they're known for.
Yeah.
And it's Anarchy in the Arena and it's just like, I mean, kind of, but there is nothing. I can't think of one that something a match type that they could do that is Royal Rumble status with that much stake and entertainment on the line you could do yearly.
They don't have one.
Yeah, like it's honestly, I think it's impossible. I think Royal Rumble is just a Black Swan event.
Yeah, Pat Patterson hit lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, it's like this. And I don't think it's AEW's fault because TNA couldn't do it. They tried with like Ultimate X.
Yeah,
and like the briefcase thing, which was pretty clever for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
But at least WCW had War Games, but now WWE has War Games. So, like, War Games was one. Rumble's another one.
Didn't they have
Money in the Bank? Is one.
Didn't AEW have that like the brass ring thing, which they never really?
Yeah, they got the brass ring, which that's just a knockoff Money in the Bank. Yeah, like clearly. They had like their battle royal thing, like I say, like the suits and it's like the spades.
Oh, the wild card, the wild card battle royal,
the wild card,
which was cool, but it's always a pre-show match.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool concept.
It's a modification of the Royal Rumble, which I thought they did really well in. Yeah,
like it's a cool concept that needs a few tweaks, but there's something there.
Yeah,
especially with the wild card. Because the rules were a little confusing to explain because it was like,
so
okay,
you came out in suits.
As the suit.
You came out in suits, yeah.
So it's like 4 people come out at once, but they're not affiliated with each other.
Correct.
Which it's once you wrap your mind around it,
like it makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah. It's actually pretty good creatively.
Yeah.
but it needs a little bit of tweaks. Like if they did it with factions, I think it would make sense.
That would work.
Like if you had a faction battle royal,
They have enough
kind of
factions.
thing. Yeah, but I mean it's AEW. They can always have factions.
Yeah.
Or if they like if they only did tag teams, a tag team Royal Rumble.
That'd be interesting. You know, the thing with, you know, I mean, Zarian's correct. They don't have anything where there's stakes on line. Anarchy in Arena, there's no stakes on line. It's just pride.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They had something, but they kind of killed it with MJF, the Dynamite Diamond Ring thing. The Dynamite Diamond Ring could have actually been a thing.
Yeah.
And it was an enhancement to MJF's character, which he doesn't actually even use.
But he did use it. He used it when it counted.
He used it when it counted, yeah.
Which is why it worked. And the fact that he won it 3 years in a row.
I don't think they ever did it again.
No, they did.
They did.
They did. I think they did the tournament twice. Fretz, you can correct me.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they did the tournament, or he defended it once a year.
Something like that.
I think he won it. I think he won it twice.
Can he win it twice if he never lost it?
Or he retained it, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah, I mean.
I don't know. But yeah, because that was really cool. And it worked for MJF. And if that's something you can just pass along, like if Sean Spears won it, that would have worked.
Yeah. Like, I feel like Diamond Ring had a lot of potential, just didn't really go anywhere with it. That's the only thing that they could have, like, made them stand out. But there's nothing. There's nothing annual where it's like, oh, this is an event we need to tune in to bring people in before we get to the big one.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they got the pay-per-views, though.
They
also,
do.
All In and All Out is just confusing.
And they're a week apart.
Yeah, which is also even more confusing because it made sense. Like, that first show
was All In.
Should be there. Was All In.
It was All In because that was the.
Right, so it's Cody, the Bucks, and Kenny going all in.
That was the FU Meltzer, yes.
Right. And then once they pulled it off, they're like, all right, we went all in. Now we're going to go all out.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good 1 and 2,
mm-hmm.
but it's sometimes it's confusing to be like, okay, which one was your WrestleMania?
Their position.
Which one was your 1984? Which one was your WrestleMania 1 that kind of changed everything?
It was supposed to be your All In, and I think their issue is, especially with All In needs to stand alone. You can't be like, hey, we're gonna pack out Wembley, and then a week later we're in Chicago. No, stop. Like, let it breathe. Yeah, let it breathe.
And if you want to do like a because WWE does spring and summer. They could have done fall and winter.
Yeah.
As their number 1 and number 2. Yeah. Double or Nothing is a great name for a pay-per-view.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
It fits with their we're gambling on ourselves gimmick.
Revolution was a good one as well.
Revolution's a good one.
Yeah.
Right? Because their whole thing, because all of their pay-per-view names for actual pay-per-views fit with the company mission and the goal of the organization.
Correct. Yes.
Which is we are wrestlers betting on ourselves, going all in.
Yeah.
We did Double or Nothing. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like we're doubling down again, and now we're going all out.
Exactly.
And our point is we are going to revolutionize wrestling.
Yeah.
So that as a
those
big
are your four.
Yeah. Is really good storytelling.
Yeah.
If they actually told that story.
Which they don't.
Which they don't.
Yeah. No. It's I feel like you should work around those. I mean, they also added Full Gear, which I think was like the 5th.
Yeah.
You know, which is their fall thing.
And Full Gear where you made sense too, because it's like, all right, we are
now we've made it. Now we're going to go into Full Gear.
We've made it. Now we're going into Overdrive.
Yeah, we're going into Full Gear. Yeah.
Yeah. So like all of their names had meaning behind them.
Yeah.
And you could have stuck the diamond, like the I almost called the Diamond Dallas Page ring, the MJF ring, the Battle Royal on another one, that was on Double or Nothing, because the wild card.
Yeah.
So there were things the pieces they still could put together to kind of put cohesion story behind the company.
Yeah.
Because that's what WWE is right now. It's a story with the characters, a story with Triple H. It's also a story of the company.
Yeah.
Which is what we can all get behind as fans and as stakeholders.
Yeah.
They've hit all-time highs. They're one of those right now.
Yeah. So you said 6.5 for Double or Nothing before I forget.
Yeah, 6.5.
I'm gonna go 7. I'm gonna go 7. There's obvious decisions that they have to make, and then the crazier decisions, especially surrounding the main event.
Holy shit.
And everything like that. We're gonna see what happens. Fretz is going for 4. So
damn, Fretz, you watch AEW.
Dory's going for 5, and she's being extremely generous. Wow, we're the high stakes people here. So there it is, folks. That is our show today. That is AEW Double or Nothing, King and Queen of the Ring. It is going to be a wild Memorial Day weekend for professional wrestling, as per the norm for these last couple of years. Any final thoughts, Mr. Tarashuk?
Yeah, so I'm actually checking stock right now, and
For
literally,
TKO?
dude, yeah, for TKO. So literally, get this.
What's up?
So the market closes at 4, but it's still after hours trading.
Of course, because why? Why
At
not, right?
at 4:40, it was $107. At 4:41, it was at 110.
Wow.
That never happens, like ever. Like not even GameStop jumps $3 in 60 seconds. Like this chart is just like 90-degree angle. So it's gonna be a good morning when it opens.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Invest in TKO, ladies and gentlemen. That's my advice.
They are a knockout.
It's not financial advice. It's just, advice.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not financial. He's not a financial advisor. This is not a financial.
I work with advisors. I am not an advisor.
Exactly. There you go. There you go. Save yourself there. But yeah, any other words besides TKO stock going up?
I know, dude. I'll have stock reports every week.
We should give yourself like one of those weird like financial ticker like theme musics in the back while you start reporting stocks on everybody.
God, you know how like those. Do you know who Kyle Dunnigan is, the comedian?
Yes, I do.
So we should just do as a face swap, but it's me and Jim Cramer.
That would be fantastic. All right.
This is what TKO stock is doing.
Smash, 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 sell.
Did you watch UFC this past week? The stock's going to the moon, baby.
Oh my god! Before we forget, did you see the last UFC? Did you see the guy fanboy over Randy?
Yes, because it was in St. Louis.
This man won a match and ran out of the ring and hugged Randy.
Randy's like, I don't know who you are, but give me a hug,
Come on, man. Bring it in.
Randy's like, dude, they paid me to be here. Like, I don't watch this. Why am I bigger than you?
Randy's definitely a UFC watcher. I could totally see him watch UFC, just not go to the events.
Mm.
That or Triple H is like, hey, pal. Yeah, I need
Randy Orton's just like, 10 years ago, me and John Jones did drugs together. He got suspended the first time because of Randy Orton. He got hit with the 3 most dangerous fighters in UFC. PEE.
Oh my god, you got to talk to Charles one day and ask him about his hate for John Bones Jones.
Dude.
You gotta.
I'm probably gonna be like,
my fault.
what,
It's not John Bones. It's not John Bones. He actually likes John Bones. My fault. He doesn't like DC. He hates DC.
Oh no, that's fair. Dude,
He hates DC.
I respect DC because I love him as an announcer, but when he was a fighter, I'm like, who the fuck is this fucking meatball tapping everyone out? I almost feel like it wasn't fair him at heavyweight because he would just gas everyone out and just tap them out. He would just gas and tap. He plays. Let me guess. He's a boring fighter.
I don't know what his hate with DC is. I just know I bring up DC's name and he hates him.
Because he's a wrestler, and wrestlers in UFC are typically boring,
yeah.
but they're very effective because they also do like jujitsu and they get you on the ground, they roll you around, they tap you out.
They wear you out.
Yeah.
It works.
I mean, DC's an excellent fighter, one of the best ever. Great announcer, good guy. But yeah, watching him fight, it's like, why is this? What is Taz doing here? And why is he so good?
Taz on it.
They kind of dress the same.
Oh my god! Wow. All right. So that being
DC's secretly Italian.
Yeah, right.
From Brooklyn.
So with that being said, folks, let's get this show on the road to the post show. Will, if you may. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening or watching Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 376, King and Queen of the Ring or Nothing. I am not nothing. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets as well. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. Buy some of our awesome merches I'm wearing right now, but you can't really see. The links to all of that are in the description below. If you are listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. The links to all of that are in the description below. Will Tarashuk.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have plugs. I don't like doing unplugs because I don't really have anything to plug anymore.
Yeah, I guess not,
so
right?
Will Tarashuk. It's me. It's Willie T. Deason Thomas. ARASHUK. I don't know what that at Will Tarashuk is for anymore. I don't have Twitter. So it might be my Instagram if you want to see pictures of me from like 6, 7 months ago.
Maybe.
So yeah, you can follow me there.
Yeah.
At Will Tarashuk. It's just the ad's just there for it's like garnish. It's like mint in it's like a mint leaf in a bowl of fruit.
Little mint julep right there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Right there.
There you go. Mint julep. That's a good word, julep.
Mint julep. Yeah, it's a traditional drink of a Kentucky Derby, by the way. Anywho,
Oh.
yeah, it is. Which, by the way, Belmont's coming up. So when we come back next week, folks, hopefully Kay will have their back realigned or whatever. Hopefully we'll get a
Kay's taking care of Eddie Kingston right now.
yeah, nursing home Kay. When we come back next week, we will find out our king and queen of the ring. We will find out what is going on with the anarchy in the arena that is AEW, and what the summer is going to look like here on out for your entire professional wrestling world. So until next week, folks, goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. And by the way, it was not at all a fluke that we did not invite you, Slack, to the show, because honestly, we didn't really care that much to have you on. So fuck you, Slack.
No, we just didn't care enough to remember.
That too. We'll see you next week. Ah.
All right.
All right.
I am
whatever
not here next week.
You are not here next week.
Yeah, I'm in Austin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we literally talked about this on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's happening.
That's fine. All right. I definitely know some people to drag in with that. What is going on? There were Yankees winning?
No, they lost.
Ah.
Or they are about to lose.
Speaking of losing, how about those Knicks, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh yeah, they got smoked. Well, the whole team got injured.
That too. I was just
The Rangers are still in it though.
Yeah,
right?
I don't care about the Rangers.
Yeah, does anyone really care about the Rangers? People pretend to care about the Rangers.
The Rangers I went to a Ranger game years ago, with this chick. She was like, "Hey, want to go to a Ranger game?" I was like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "I'll leave grad school class right now to go to a Ranger game." I went after class, but their chant for when they have a goal is the worst thing in the world. It's
I
bad.
should know it.
It's stupid. It's real bad. Like it's not pleasant at all.
Let me see if I can find it.
It's like, whoa, let's go Rangers. Whoa. Like it's very, very generic. At least the Islanders do like a Ric Flair woo.
Goal song, slap shot.
Did they change it?
No, hang on. Rangers goal horn and song, slap shot. I don't like this.
There it is.
This is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can hear that on the mixer.
Yeah.
Do you know what this feels like?
What?
This feels like an early 2000s WWE theme. Like, oh my god, here comes Hardcore Holly.
Sparky plug.
Yeah. Like, yeah, this is not good. At least it's the Blackhawks, and they stole it from someone.
Yeah. All right. So get this. I haven't been following this at all, but Bleacher Report. You know how in when we were in Philly, Bleacher Report listed like their top 30 greatest WWE performers of all time.
Yeah, it was 100 or
It was top
30?
top 100. It
30?
was top 100.
Top 100. Yeah, AEW's doing 30.
AEW's doing 30. Have you been following this list?
No, I'm like they haven't been existed long enough to have a 30.
Over 5 years.
Yeah, it's no.
And with all the people they signed?
And that's what I mean.
So right now I don't have a top list right now, but the criteria is interesting. The in-ring ability, mic skills, drawing power, and overall popularity were significant factors weighed by the panel. Most important, though, was the historical significance these figures had on the history of the company. Interesting. So they just released 20 to 11. So at number 20 is Swerve. Let me see. Number 19 is the Lucha Bros, which is Rey Fenix and Pentagon. Number 18, Jade Cargill. Very interesting.
Okay.
But makes
Fair.
sense.
That's fair.
Number 17, FTR.
Together?
Yes.
Okay, I guess.
Number 16, Christian.
Interesting. Okay.
Number 15, Hikaru Shida.
Sure. Kenny dislikes her.
Well, Kenny and her dated.
Yeah.
14,
Yeah.
14, Timeless Tony Storm.
Okay.
Uh, 13, CM Punk, which I think is low.
I think that's a mistake because he spent more time injured and being a dick than actually doing anything memorable.
Number 12, Darby Allin.
CM Punk shouldn't be on the list at all, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Darby Allin at 12, okay, because he is this a bitch to Sting for months and years.
Yeah, and number 11 right now is Orange Cassidy.
They really screwed the pooch by not having him turn on Sting, because now what the fuck is Darby gonna do?
No,
Like they really did a retirement of Sting. They really did him dirty.
Yeah, I mean when you look at the
Darby.
criteria again, in-ring ability, CM Punk like mic skills, drawing powers where CM Punk got it. When CM Punk
Fair.
came back, he drew like.
Well, who made this list first of all?
Bleacher Report. Oh,
Okay, Bleacher Report.
The people, yeah, it's Bleacher Report staff. They have the names of everybody.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, drawing power, it's fair. That's fair.
Drawing power,
it's fair,
CM Punk.
It's a fair argument.
Yeah, drawing power, CM Punk gets him a lot. All right, so the previous list.
So Orange was 11?
Orange is at 11, yeah.
Okay.
So let's go back before.
Draw?
There are honorable mentions. So they have the 10 that did not make the top 30. So number 40, Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
Number 39, Saraya, aka Paige. LAX, Santana, and Ortiz at 38.
Yeah.
Ruby Soho at 37. Ruby Riot, for those of you guys who don't watch AEW. The House of Black, Malachi Black's faction.
Yep.
36. At 35, The Acclaimed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
30, it gets even crazy. Well, this one isn't surprising me. 34, Claudio Castagnoli, aka Cesaro.
Yeah, what a shock. A mid-card got lost in the mid-card.
Again. 33, Chris Statlander. 32.
Okay, yeah, she was the one who booped.
32, Absolute Ricky Starks.
Interesting.
31, Wardlow, which it totally makes sense. They don't know what to do.
Yeah,
with
they
Wardlow.
dropped the ball
Hard. Number 30. So this is their first. Number 30.
I like how they ranked the ones who didn't get ranked. At that point, it's called a top
40,
40
yeah.
list. Yeah, if you don't rank the
you don't rank the unranked.
Here's the ones who didn't get ranked in order of their rank.
All right, here we go. Number 30.
Fuck, man. Why are people so stupid?
Number 30, Jungle Boy Jack Perry. No,
okay.
Number 29, Willow Nightingale. Long Island's own Willow Nightingale, by the way. Oh, she won the Owen Hart Cup last year, which I forgot was a thing.
Yeah, when we were saying like what can make them different, we didn't even mention that one.
It's because it came, I think, because Martha Hart ruined it. Remember when she went on like a giant monologue?
Dude, she wouldn't shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes, and Adam Cole and Britt Baker like, why are we still standing here?
Just standing and struggling. Just standing and struggling.
What are we doing?
Yeah. The Owen Hart Cup could have been their thing, although it's still kind of weird because he never wrestled in AEW.
Yeah, it's like, why are you honoring someone who doesn't have anything to do with you?
Yeah.
That'd be like if Australia's like, we're gonna have a holiday for Michael Jordan. Like, what? He's a great basketball player.
Well, fun fact, Michael Jordan's jersey is retired in Miami.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They gave him the Jackie Robinson treatment?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Number 28 on this list. Number 28 on this list, Sammy Guevara.
Okay. Doesn't bother me either.
Yeah. Let me see. 27, Adam Cole.
Yeah. Also injured a lot.
Yeah. 26, Thunder Rosa. I didn't know what to do with Thunder Rosa.
She was also, people didn't like her backstage from the rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, her and Britt Baker had a crazy match a couple years ago. They had
a crazy feud.
They did. It was good.
Britt had her Austin blood spot.
Yeah. Yes, she did. Number 25, Jamie Hayter. He became a huge thing off of the back of Britt Baker.
Right.
24, Pac. I don't know about
Yeah.
that one.
How about 44?
I don't know.
Tell me your favorite Pac match.
I can't. It's
There you go.
It's probably when Sami Zayn beat him in NXT. It's probably.
But I meant in AEW specifically.
There is none. There is none for me.
Exactly. What title did he win? One of the players doesn't exist anymore. The Cruiserweight title, is that it?
He won the All Atlantic Championship. He was the inaugural All Atlantic Champion, which became the International Championship.
Yeah, he really drew that one.
And he won. He was a one-time World Trios Champion with the Lucha Bros. Because the Trios titles are a thing, by the way.
Yeah, and Ricky Starks, it doesn't deserve shit. Come on now. What are you talking
Number
about?
23, Brody Lee. Totally understandable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Number 22, Samoa Joe, the King of TV at one point. And at 21 to round out, Eddie Kingston. Yeah.
At 20.
Well,
21. 21, sorry.
Yeah. 21 was Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with this list.
Yeah, so far, I mean, you do know this means Cody's probably going to get a top 10 spot. MJF's probably going to be number 1, which
Dude, Cody's probably going to be number 1. He drew so well, he won the competition's title belt.
I'm telling you, you're going to have Cody in there. Adam Copeland better not be in there. Cody's got to be in there.
Dude, Cody's probably going to be number 2 and MJF's number 1. MJF's number 1.
Cody,
Kenny's number 3.
Kenny, the Bucks.
And then Hangman.
Bucks,
Hangman.
Probably Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Moxley.
There's a lot. Fuck, there's too many. It's going to be a good top. That's a tough top 10.
Moxley's got to be in there. Moxley's the first big signing. And
First big surprise.
And Jericho.
Yeah. Fuck, you gotta put Jericho in there. Okay,
you
Jericho's
have to
like
put Jericho. You can't like.
He's your first champion.
He's your first champion. He's the Jericho's the reason they had somewhat of credibility outside of the Bucks and Cody.
Yeah. All right, so top.
Did I lose you, Will?
Clear.
Okay, sorry. You.
I'd probably gotta go with.
Just get it out for a little.
So Hangman would probably be number 10.
At 10. Okay.
Fuck.
The 10 to 6 is really hard.
10 to 6 is really hard. That's so top 5 then. So 5, I'd probably do Jericho.
Okay.
4, I'd probably do Moxley.
Okay.
3, I do Kenny.
2 Cody, 1 MJF.
Yeah. No, I think probably 2 do the Bucks. And then MJF.
So you're gonna put Cody in. You're gonna put Cody at 6.
I'll put Cody at 6.
Okay.
Hangman at 7. Who do we have at 10?
I think we might need more people.
I don't remember. I don't remember. Too many people.
Britt Baker's got to be.
Oh
in
yeah,
there
Britt
too.
Baker. Fuck.
I put Britt at 8.
Put Britt at 8.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Put Britt at 8.
You gotta have. I think you gotta put Britt in there. She's your only. And Tony's already in the top 15.
Tony Khan's number 7.
Tony Khan's number 1. Oh my god. Surprised we didn't see, Bearcat Keith Lee in there.
He didn't even make the top 40.
I know.
That's because he showed up at Hall of Fame.
Neither did Ember Moon. Ember Moon's not in there. That was a big signing for a while. Oh, we didn't put Bryan Danielson.
Oh.
He could be 9.
No, he's probably number 7.
You think
he
so?
never won anything.
It's true.
He always lost.
He's just there for the fun.
He's the draw. Don't get me wrong. He's 1,000% a draw.
Yeah.
All right. So top from the top. 10. Did we put at 10?
We didn't put anybody at 10 yet.
I thought I would maybe put Hangman at 10.
You did put Hangman at 10.
Okay. So Hangman. Oh, Yankees lost.
Yeah.
Hangman's at 10.
Okay.
Danielson's at 9. Britt Baker's at 8.
Who's 7?
Jericho's at 7.
Okay. Then put you with
Cody's at 6.
Okay.
5.
I thought you had put Jericho at 5. Would you put Jericho back at 7?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up now.
You got the Bucks. You have MJF.
I put Cody at 6. I feel like I'm missing a tag team.
You had the Bucks. You didn't put the Bucks in there yet.
No, okay, put the Bucks at 5.
Okay.
4 is Kenny. 3 is Moxley.
2. If 1's your MJF, and who the hell's your 2?
Yeah, 1's MJF. Who's my 2?
Yeah.
I think I probably got to put Kenny at 2. So I put Moxley at 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I need a 4 because I put the Bucks at 5.
Yeah, you need a 4.
I need a 4.
It's a hard 4 to figure out.
Ric Flair. Figured it out. Nailed it.
You can put a Riho in.
No. I thought she was already ranked.
No, she's not. Hikaru Shida's ranked.
Oh, that's
Nyla Rose is not ranked either.
No, she is not going to be in top 10. Is she even still around?
I think they moved to the ROH, which is like, their purgatory. I think. Yeah, Cody's definitely getting top 3. I can't wait for that. Definitely top 3. But with it, Tori, you're ridiculous. I would put Mercedes at number 1, but that's just me because I'm a stupid mark. Mercedes at 4. I will tell you, Dory, I've met Mercedes. Fantastic woman to talk to. Great conversationalist, by the way. Met her at Comic-Con. But with that being said, ready to get out of here? It's 10:15.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, folks. Thank you guys for staying with us.
I take the trash out.
Thank you guys for joining us. We'll have to take the trash out and walk down and walk up 3 flights of stairs. So it's got great calf muscle spoke. So till next week, folks. Thank you for staying with us, Dory and Fretz and everybody else. Yeah. Have a good week. Enjoy wrestling.
Toodles.
Toodles. Let's switch to Luma Wipe. All right. See you later.
All right.
Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.